Ellos eres mi favorita.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna talk to y'all motherfuckers. I ain't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
be
more
on
of
the
a
shot
Players
shit.
fan, so like, I mean, I pull for the home team, Charlotte,
Okay.
but you know, I'm in a group chat with a lot of guys who do sports or like who are like into sports rumors and media and stuff. So I hear a lot about basketball.
Well,
but
I'm glad that you into sports a little bit and you root for the home because you know the Martin twins, Cody and Caleb Martin, that play for the Charlotte Hornets. You look just like both of them motherfuckers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you look just like
I'm gonna have to look them up.
yeah.
Caleb Martin and
Cody Martin.
Cody Martin.
Mhm.
Okay. Interesting.
So you might be able to hoop a little bit. I give you respect a little bit.
Hey man, I went to Carolina when I was in college,
Mhm.
so everybody that was doing rec, they're like intramurals,
Yeah,
rec,
they could hoop too.
bro. Try hard.
Yes. I remember. Did y'all see that one clip of Zion going to the Duke rec and he fucked up the backboard?
Oh, bro, that shit was awesome.
I can
I'm not
only-
even a Duke fan, but
Yeah, but I
I
can
can
only
respect
imagine
it.
being in your rec center at your school and the fucking top prospect in the nation just walks in like, oh yeah,
Hey,
Here to play some
man,
pickup.
right.
Well, there was a time around like 2000. It was like 2009, 2013. Carolina had an ass team. They had like Kendall Marshall, John Henson.
Yep.
Just like
They
mean,
was still getting busy though.
I mean, kind of, but it for the standards of Carolina, you know, we weren't winning games like we should have been. But then one day, bro, I'm just on my balcony of my dorm.
Making sure it's
Yeah,
rolling. I'm tripping, dude. I've been hitting this thing way too hard already.
Yeah. I was on the balcony of my dorm, bro, and they all pull up to the basketball court that's right outside my dorm. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
I'm not. You know.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm coming out there.
Yeah. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
The truth. But anyways, man, welcome to the company podcast. We got our boy Juice Uchiha
Yes, sir.
in the building. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Awesome. Sweet deal. So what's good, man?
Yeah. You working on anything?
And my
Honest-
man got his own shirt.
Oh yeah. You know,
Fire.
You guys
Let's
are fucking
go.
both wearing your own
Let's
shirt.
go.
I have to pull
Branding
up with the
important.
But honestly, I'm not really focusing on one project or anything right now. I kind of stay in the studio. But I've already dropped 2 projects for the year, so I was kind of slowing down on like dropping mixtapes and albums and stuff like that. But,
Okay.
as far as just, you know, as you know, like when Saul sends me something and it's super fire, like I have no problem with going in the studio, flaming that bitch up, and then we do what we have to do afterwards. But like the latest thing I've done is my boy, shout out to Tyler Domingo. He's a gamer, so he does streaming on Twitch and he has YouTube videos that he's about to come out with. So he texted me while I'm at work one day and was like, "Hey bro, can you rap for like 20 or 30 seconds for an intro and outro to my video?" So I was like, that would be super fucking dope. I'm at work,
Yeah.
so I go on my lunch break, and my mind is scrambling because I've never done no shit like this before. Like,
Yeah.
I have a homie that's used my songs for his intro and outro, but they were already out. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, how do I do this? Like, you know, like
What games does he play?
So he plays Madden, FIFA, MLB, Apex.
So, I mean, not to interrupt your story, so
No, you're
definitely
fine.
remember where you were going with that. But I've seen a couple YouTubers who will have like their boy rap, but it'll be related to like their channel. Like there's a Madden YouTuber named TD Barrett who his boy raps and like his intros are all related to like, you know, the team that he's using or like the content. Anyways.
No, you good. So I'm glad you said that because when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, in some way I want to incorporate all the things that he's into this. But like you said, he doesn't play one game, so I was like, I kind of got to go off of him instead of the games he plays. So the first thing that came to mind was he likes wrestling, and I don't know if y'all heard that "Give Me a Hell Yeah" beat that Sauce made.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I saw that TikTok and I commented on Instagram and was like, I need that. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I don't know how I'm rapping on that, but I need it. It was so hard that it just had to be on my phone. So he sent it to me. And so I started off with that because I was like, okay, it fits like the Stone Cold sample. and then the glass breaking, and then the beat just going stupid. That's like I wanted some high energy stuff for the video, and then the rest of the bars are just about anime because our friend group are called the Nine Saiyans, and we all like watch different animes and stuff. So like every bar is like Naruto.
Are you heavy into anime?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's like the latest thing that I've done. That was really cool, and I didn't cuss the whole time.
Hey,
my mom was very proud of me.
So kind of a thought that I had prior to that was, so you said you don't have any specific projects that you're working on, and you don't hesitate to flame something up if you get a hard beat sent to you. So do you kind of just let the music come to you and make it as you please, and then you decide what you're going to do with it? Or have you ever taken, I guess the opposite approach would be, my goal is to do a project like this, I need these type of beats because I'm going to slide this type of way?
That's a good question. So I think that's the difference between mixtapes and albums. Yeah, honestly.
Right.
So like
I would agree.
I would call Detroit the Durham more of a mixtape, just because that was just any hard beat that I had in my phone, I'm rapping on that bitch. Like,
okay.
But my first album, the Juice WRLD one, that one was, it had to be so specific because the person that I collaborated with, he took so long to send me the beats that I had to call him the night before I was going to the studio to record, because I record fast. So like I booked a 3-hour session, I recorded the whole album. Because I'm going up there with my shit written. I'm not, I don't play.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't play
think
in this.
Don had mentioned that you're a writer.
Yeah, I don't play in the studio. Like I'm not going there to, if I go in there, it's not 50 people in there. We're not doing all this other bullshit. So I have my stuff memorized usually before. But he took so long.
And like rehearsed to the beat already.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because, sometimes you write something, you go in the booth, and you like, well, how was I supposed to say this?
Yeah, forget the flow for sure.
Exactly. So Don taught me that. He records a lot of voice recordings too. But anyway, I had to call him the night before I went into the studio, and I made him make my beats with me on FaceTime right then.
See, that's some shit that I do.
Yeah.
Like if I have an artist, like I moved back from Charlotte like a year or two ago. My sense of time is so warped. I think it was like a year. But yeah, man, like that I still work with, and like I refuse to send beats. So I'm like, look, man, let's at least FaceTime. Like we can pick the loops together, we can pick the vibe together, and then I'll build around that. But I'm definitely not the shooting, like just shoot wherever and hope for the best type. But so you said you're working. You had to call him the night before to make these beats. And then I say it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I like it. I appreciate that.
I would say it turned out pretty well.
He I feel like that was the one that flowed better. Like the Detroit to Durham, like I said, was more of a mixtape vibe. Like I feel like there was more bangers.
And what would you attribute that to? Why do you feel that way?
Because I've been making music since 2017.
Okay.
But I'm very self-aware and very real with myself. So I've been writing poetry actually since I was a kid. And then as I got older, I found out that I have a genuine love for music. I don't rap because I don't want to blow up or anything like that. If it happens, I'll love it. But and so when I used to make music, I would listen back and it was ass. Like I sucked. And so I never put any of that music out because I love music so much I was going to keep doing it. But I don't need to put it out to try to blow up or anything, especially when that shit sucks. So January was the first time I ever released music.
And you're saying shit sucks based on what you think about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Were you showing it to any of your friends?
Yeah, so a lot of your friends are trying to be friends, and I don't hold them accountable for it. But, but they try to tell, oh yeah, that's hard, and I sit on and so I sit on stuff for like a week, and then a week later I listen to it, and I'll be like, my nigga, that shit's not it. Like that's not it. So it took me a while to get to where I am now. And so when I felt like I was finally able to release music, I was like, my first project isn't going to be like some of these other niggas who just be throwing bullshit together. Like I wanted my album to flow. So that's why that one was like that.
The real friends would tell you your shit's trash too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I got one dude outside of like who we work with that I will send a track to. And it took probably we've been doing this company thing for 2 years.
Yeah.
It took about a year and 10 months to get to a point where the one person I sent my track to wouldn't be like, okay, now you're on a roll. Now you found it. You found the sound. Your other shit was kind of like the unreleased stuff is trash. Yeah. And that's kind of like, you need that kind of person in your corner, I think. Otherwise, you will be putting out trash music. Yeah. Because having someone around you that ain't a musician but loves music, prime time right there.
And I don't think that your friends are trying to be fake or shady or anything either. Yeah. It's just a lot of people think that friendship is being nice and saving your friends' feelings.
Well, right. I mean, and you're dealing with, you know, the perspective of someone else. You as a creator, you do want the truth. Whereas, like, you know, them as a friend is like, they feel like their main priority or goal should be to be supportive. Yep. And I don't think, sometimes people don't really understand the difference between, you know, that the constructive criticism and then sounding mean. Like, they're like, I'm sorry, I'm not good. I want you to tell me what you think, because I mean, you're the casual listener. I'm the person who fucking made the shit. So of course I'm gonna like it. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, you definitely need those people to be like, hey man, that's not it. Or,
yeah, I think the biggest thing I had to learn, like I learned this probably like 2018, because I was putting out a lot of, only music I ever put out was I was putting out a lot of freestyles, like on Twitter, like a recorded video of me freestyling over a beat. And a lot of them were doing really good, but when I would record music, where I used to fuck up at was, and I learned to never do this again, I was sending my music to females. No! And so, you know, like when you send your unreleased music to females who like you, they're gonna like anything you do. It's kind of like your mom. Like, it's like, I'm just happy that you did this, and I like your voice, and I like you, so this is a great song. Yeah. And then after a while, like, you know, you get friends like Don, or you get friends like my boy Teddy that he mentioned, that's my guy, or my homie Fergs. He's the one that started me off making music. Those are the three, and then the homies that don't rap, but they're very honest too. Those are the people that I still send my music to, and they'll be like, I like it, but you can do something different right here. You should have went harder right here, or that shit is trash. They'll be the ones that are like that. But I had to learn, like, at certain people, you don't send your unreleased music to family. You don't send it to females.
Oh, you definitely don't send it to family, especially if y'all are close, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yo, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, you know, when the family functions happen, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, and shit like that, they all know I make music, and they're like, "Oh, I want to hear some," and I'm just like, "No, you don't."
Exactly.
That's like if you're a comedian and someone like tell me a joke or some shit. Like, if you're a comedian and someone's like, "Yo, tell me a joke," you got to be funny. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. I learned I don't send my music to nobody. Unreleased music, no one. Only like maybe like the producer groups that I'm in, but not even that, because then, like, you know, people are so busy, they're not even gonna listen to it. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, listen. Yeah. I mean, even with, you know, we're in a group where we send beats to each other. I'm not listening to the whole 2-minute and 30-minute or 30-second beat. Yeah. I'm listening to the first 45 seconds. If that shit's hitting, then I'm gonna be like, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but if someone really like hits me up and sends me personally the track, like, hey man, I really appreciate your feedback on this, then yeah, I'm gonna tell you like, yo, the highs are too much, whatever, blah blah blah. But I definitely don't send my unreleased shit to nobody, because they just, no one understands what you have invested in it. No matter how much you explain it to somebody. I mean, there are songs that I genuinely, like, when I listen to them myself, I get emotional because that's just how that song made me feel in that moment. But it's not going to translate to every person that you send it to. So, you know, and then having to send music, hey man, this is the demo, not finished yet, tell me what you think. Well, then why the fuck are you even sending it? Like, there's nothing to really, it sounds like a demo.
And I don't necessarily, when I send unreleased music, the response isn't always the end all be all. Like, sometimes there are a select few times it doesn't happen often, because I usually see where people coming from. But there's sometimes where somebody told me I don't like that, and I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, so sometimes it's just like also to show kind of love and respect for the people that you have that love and respect for. Like, if I do I don't think since I met him I've recorded a song and not sent it to Don before it got put out. Yeah, and that's kind of just off of course, I care about his opinion and respect.
Yeah, I mean, that's respect, yeah.
But at the same time, I respect him, and Don is the type of nigga that hit you and be like, when the fuck you make this? Like, I might have wanted pieces of this or whatever. But at the same time, Don's definitely been like, I ain't fucking with it, fam.
Oh yeah.
And I'll definitely be like, word. And I'll be like, this shit still get put out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it, depending on how I like it. Like, so there's a song on Juice WRLD called Circumstances that wasn't for anybody's really personal judgment. That I put that song out, like you said, because I was telling a story about something emotional with my relationship with my mother and my father and stuff like that. So I don't think I even looked back for the responses of that song when I sent it before I released it, just because I just wanted the people I fucked with to hear it first.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter what they thought about it. I was putting that out because absolutely, that song was real personal to me. So stuff like that, I understand.
Yeah. I mean, it can get real fickle when you're talking about personal relationships or like anything kind of like in that lane when you're like collabing with someone else. Because it's kind of like your story is not their story. So how do they fit their story in with yours?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I can definitely see Don and his personality being like, I don't know about that. Yeah. But, it, you know.
But that's why we fuck with each other, because I'm from Detroit, as y'all know. So,
hey, yes. Michigan.
Shout out the city, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go Red Wings.
Midwest, you already know. But we get along so well because one of the things I had to adjust to when I came down here was like Southern hospitality and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Don are both real blunt, real. So, like, I usually just don't give a fuck, like, about nobody. And so, not in the way, like, I have no feelings, just like I'm going to say what I feel, and however you feel about it is how you take it. But
yeah, I understand exactly how you feel about that, because I was born here, and oftentimes I feel like the sweet Southern belle, like overly nice shit is way more like awkward to deal with than someone being like, "Yo, can you get the fuck out of my way?"
Yeah, that's
it's like, okay, am I bad, dude?
Yeah, so I know he told y'all the story already, so I won't relive it, but that really made me and Don closer. Like, when we first met, he was like, "Yeah, if your shit's ass, get the fuck out," because I would have said the same shit. Because like, he don't know me from a can of paint. So he was like, and our boy that he also didn't tell you, our boy that he met me through is not you wouldn't look at him and be like, he's a hip hop head. Mm-hmm. Like, the nigga looked like Schoolboy Q, but he wear like Vans. He wear like Vans and like straight leg khakis, like shit like that. Okay. So it's like he can go either way because he's from New Jersey and all this shit. But like, so we both took each other before we met, Don and I, as like with a grain of salt. Like, when Hughie comes up to you and was like, "Yo, my boy can rap," I'm like, "Nigga, I'm not trusting your opinion on rap." Like, you know what I'm saying? But when we met, so we both were kind of looking at each other like, "Is this nigga good or not?" And he looking at me like, "I bet this nigga fucking suck." And then we got down, start recording, and he like, "Shit." And then I hear that nigga start doing, because Don's different. Like, I can rap. Don does like, he's an artist. Yeah. So he started doing that little weak ass melody shit, and he be flaming that bitch up. And so when that happened the first time we met, after that it was just a go. Like, I'd be over there all the time without Hughie. Hughie don't even pull up. He lived down the street. Yeah. And Don called me. I pull up from Durham, like, and we just be in there vibing. We cannot do music. The homies just be in there vibing. Y'all don't know, I was there when he did the acoustic version of the house tour, or the electric version of the house tour, just shit like that. We ain't record shit that day. Yeah, just in there listening and vibing with them. Yeah,
that was a cool video. I didn't know you were there for that.
Yeah, I was in the back. At the end, if you listen real hard, I'm in that bitch like, that shit's fire. Like, because I had never been a part of those shit like that before. Sauce was going crazy, and then it's crazy to see. I'm going off on a tangent, but it's crazy to see people's musical ear. Because I know how much love I have for music, and I still learn so much from Sauce, because Sauce is like a musician, like. Yeah. And so after he gets done, Sauce is like, "Damn, I fucked up like 4 times." And me and Carl are looking at each other like, "Nigga, when? Like, what was the problem?" Like, he's like, "No, I'm going to just fix it. I'm going to edit it out, boo-boo." I'm like, "Oh, nigga, okay."
But that is Sauce too, though, as a person. Like, I mean, just collabing with him in person, he wants to get it right.
He's a perfectionist, for sure.
For sure.
That's why him and Don, they work together, but they also butt heads so much, because their versions of perfect are 2 totally different things. Like,
that's funny. I know, like, Sauce and him coming into it, like, rephrase, you, Sauce, and Don all working together. There's so much to be learned on just like a one-on-one session with somebody. Like, if it's just you and Don or you and Sauce, but you get them, all 3 of you guys in the room, I imagine it's a huge learning experience for everyone, but more so probably you, because I don't know exactly what your background is on like the engineering side or the production side. So do you have any background in that, or is it always just been bars for you?
I mean, so as I imagine most people's musical endeavors start. Like my first recording, of course, was on Logic Pro.
Yeah.
I'm in the crib with my homie, and so like I fucked around on the computer and shit before. Like when y'all listen to the Lemon Pepper Freestyle, I can do shit like that voicemail my uncle talking on the beat. Like I put that shit on there, like shit like that. I'm not OD like when it comes to like reverb and putting the auto tune on and all that other extra shit. I know nothing about that, so sometimes I just sit back and watch them do it. I feel like we all three learn from each other because I kind of am like the energy in the room, which is odd for me because amongst my peers, I'm like real calm. I don't really talk much, but with Don and Sauce, I just like fucking with Don because he got anger issues. So I just go in there and like I walk in like, you know what I'm saying, what's good with your bald ass or some shit like, and that just starts off the vibe. So Don might be, because Don gets real antsy, and if he don't finish the verse right then, he gonna go to a different beat, and I'm like, my nigga, cut that shit back on. Like I got 2 more verses to go or some shit. So like I kind of bring the energy. Sauce is always real. Like Sauce, even without Sauce saying much, as y'all know, he don't say shit. But he will set the tone in the room, because like while you're rapping, like we might be on one song for like 30 minutes, and you look back and Sauce done made like 6 beats behind us in 30 minutes, and when he's locked in, those headphones are on, and he's not even looking at you. Like he won't hear you. He's not. And so he kind of sets the energy in the aspect where it's like, all right, niggas is working. Like, you know, Don, of course, always goes hard every song. That's something I had to learn. Like, he puts in maximum effort on every song, and a lot of people don't know. A lot of those songs, Don will be in there and be like, did not fucking feel like rapping today.
Yeah.
But the energy he gives once he's in front of a mic is just ridiculous. Like, I know the days that I don't feel like rapping, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He will make himself if he needs to sometimes. And it sounds the exact same as when he was excited to get in the booth. So I think we learn a lot from each other. But, yeah, definitely being around them 2 motherfuckers, you learn a lot.
It's hard to keep your mental straight when you're always doing, you know, something constructive. Whether you be at your day job or you're rapping or you do a podcast or whatever, and it's always, you feel like your brain is always on.
Not to cut you off, I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all doing this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Because I know I feel like this at work when I get home. After doing the podcast, do y'all just want people to shut the fuck up? Like, you've been talking for like 2 hours. Do y'all walk away from the podcast and be like, all right, like, give me like an hour, just don't fucking talk to me. I don't feel like talking right now.
You can answer first, because I don't.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily with the podcast, because, I mean, the way your brain's got to be on for sure, but my brain is always on about this stuff every day. Like, this is stuff I think about, like the conversations that we have on these podcasts. So it's not anything abnormal for me, but there are definitely times like where I've been in Charlotte after a long ass session of just 808s and snares and the same shit over and over, and motherfuckers rapping this crazy shit. And there are definitely times I'm going back to my car on my way home, volume all the way down. I just don't. If somebody had been in the car, I probably would have been like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. So I mean, I can definitely feel. I feel like I can relate to that in some type of way. But yeah, with these podcasts, I don't know, man. It's different. It's fun, and as of right now, for me, it feels super genuine. I mean, so yeah, I haven't experienced that yet with the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say no either, because I'm naturally a talker anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like if I'm
get the fuck out of here.
What?
You ain't no natural talker. Are you for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just natural in the sense that like I could talk to anybody. Really.
No, that I believe.
Yeah.
But you kind of give me the feeling that like you're not the guy who walks in the room and is just like, what's up, everybody? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, introduce yourself to everybody. You kind of, because you give me kind of a back home feel, like a.
Well, okay, so I used to be that person.
Okay.
And then I quit drinking.
Or I feel like that could apply, because like I feel like you open up way more once you get to know somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, like those vibes that you were describing where you and Don can immediately just, you know, start goofing around, and that's what creates that ambiance.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a similar relationship to where, like, honestly, like, I mean, there are definitely times where I feel like, or like we'll be on Xbox or some shit, and we'll be having a conversation, and I expect a response that's more in depth than one that I get from him or whatever. So like, you know, in a sense like that, I could kind of see where like that shyness, like, you know, can be there. Whereas like I'm definitely the person that will talk somebody's ear off. Like as far as like I don't give a fuck who you are. You're new. You're old. Right. I've known you forever. I don't know you. I mean, I'll find something to definitely talk. But I mean, my man can definitely liven up for sure. Like
no, and not in like a bad way.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I said, it's just like you're kind of like me. Like I'm more of like a extroverted introvert. I'm genuinely an introvert. Like I like to be by myself. I'm in the literal sense. I'm an only child. I have 6 siblings, but none of them are like my mom's kids. But
do you think that's an only child thing? Because that would mean that we now have 3 only children here sitting on the couch at the same time.
Well, I don't know what to call it, but I definitely see similarities in all of us. Like I love being by myself.
Yeah,
because I've adapted to it being an only child. Yeah. But I also grew up in the neighborhood where I would go next door, knock on the door. Hey, you trying to play? Yeah. Let's play. Let's go to Justin's house. Boom, bada bing. Yeah, let's play. Yeah. And then, you know, that was it. So I was easily able to be the life of the party. Definitely able to be introspective, hang out by myself. You know, I don't need to have people.
I think what you just said kind of is the difference between, I'd say my generation is the last one, which I know I'm not old, but
how old are you?
23.
23?
Just turned 23 on the 18th.
I mean, you're able to feel that way. We're definitely in different
Cancer.
Yes, sir.
Generations.
July 17th.
Oh, word. Your birthday's the day before mine. That's fire.
Well, fuck cancer. I mean, yes.
Nah, fuck cancer for real. But no, I think that's the because I think you can be an introvert. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I feel like I've met more people born in this generation here, the 15, 16, 17-year-olds right now, that the introverts are very socially awkward.
Sometimes, yeah, for sure.
Not all of them, of course, but I think I've met more socially awkward people that were younger than me, and I'll let you go.
No, you're good.
But I think what you just said kind of is the difference, because what I think is, even being an introvert, to do certain shit, you still had to go outside.
Yep, exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, so even if I'm an introvert and I want to go play, or I want to go swim, or I want to ride bikes, I got to go outside, knock on my homie door, tell him let's go, we talk.
That face-to-face.
If you're an introvert, you can literally stay in your room, do whatever.
Most of your interactions are on the internet.
I do it.
Yeah, some people work remote. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like there's a world where you could literally not leave your house. You got Instacart where you can get your groceries sent to your crib.
My girl been doing Instacart for like the last week. Hey, you need any lunch meat? Like, we never get lunch meat. Now you get a fucking app, and now we have lunch meat? Right. Okay, cool.
And so I think that's the difference. I think that's why I feel like I can still I have a social media, so like I'm very articulate, and my mom raised me to be very mannerable and stuff. So it's like I'll have a conversation with anybody. But when I go home after I talk, I'm like, don't talk to me. Like I talk too much for the day. Like my job does that to me. When I get home, I'm like, I had to smile in front of all these people's face. Some of the motherfuckers was rude. I don't know half these people. Like so
that. I mean, when I did retail, I can definitely relate to that. I mean, like,
have you ever been a server?
I've never been in the food industry, man. You know, I've had a bunch of friends. I've even dated women who, you know, were in the food industry, and I was always curious because I am genuinely someone who loves to meet people. Like, just because when I graduated from college with a music degree, I knew I wasn't going to have anything.
Flex on the ass right quick. Say that one more time.
Well, I'm about to flex on the ass by saying I could not get a job after college, so I had to do retail. I mean, which is not bad, man, because, like, I loved talking to people. I genuinely love learning about people and just, like, you know, being able to help people, you know, find the watch that they're looking for or the right gift for somebody. But when I clocked out, bro, I didn't want nobody calling my phone. Like, even if it was my girl, like, hey, I haven't talked to you all day, just checking up on you, I love you. I'm just like, bitch, I just got off work, don't talk to me. Like, but I definitely feel that it's
dealing with hungry people is the worst.
So what do you do?
So I work at Raleigh Improv. It's a comedy club.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And so, yeah, I work there as a server, and it's like I've been a waiter before too, so I know that part of it is people being hungry. Like I can't be mad either. I know how I get when I'm hungry. Like, everybody shut the fuck up till I eat type thing. So it's like, you know, sometimes I feel like people aren't as rude as they come off at first, because you can even see it during, like, you go and check on them after they got their food and stuff, and they're usually a little bit nicer after that. But yeah, like, I had an experience the last time I was in there where another thing that's just different based on location, but maybe, I don't know. But so I was bringing food out. I was helping run food after we had already served everybody. And so when I came out to the table and asked who got what, this lady was sitting at the table and was like,
the fuck?
So I look back at my boy Zaywell, who's also from Detroit, who was running food behind me. And I'm like, cause I don't know who the fuck she keep tapping this table at, but like, this shit finna go over the wall. Like, she gotta be fucked up. And so they were like, nah, chill. Like she just trying not to be loud during the show. And I was like,
oh, okay. That makes sense.
But location wise, it's certain shit you don't do in certain places.
I wonder if that's like a seasoned comedy show attender, and that's like the etiquette for it.
It might be.
Because if that was a restaurant and somebody did that to me, that got me fucked up. I ain't no dog, bro. You ain't tapping it.
She still had me fucked up. But Zaywell was telling me chill. I'm like, no, fuck that. What you mean chill, nigga? Like, fuck this food, nigga. Like, and so I just threw her shit on the table. But it's funny because after she ate, she came back. She was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Like, I didn't know. And I was like, no, you're fine. Just like next time you could just be like, it's me. Like, raise your hand or something. But like this shit right here, I'm looking you dead in your face. Don't tap the fucking table. Like,
that's condescending as fuck.
Yeah.
But however, it does make sense.
Yeah, it did make sense though. So after a while, I was like, damn, I'm being a dick. Because I'm also not fake. Like, if I had a problem with something you did, I'm not about to just smile in your face.
That's cool that she tried to clear it up though.
Yeah, no, she was a nice lady. I might have a little bit of anger issues too, a little bit.
No, I mean, we're all passionate people, man, and it's just like, sometimes there are things that are important to you, like your respect or how people treat you, that something can take you over the edge. I've experienced that recently. So,
you got took over the edge.
Bro, you already know, man. We ain't gonna talk about it.
I was about to say, is this okay to be talked about on the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, just hey.
Well, I just imagine it don't happen very often. You seem very calm all the time.
Both of y'all do.
Man, we all got.
It's something about my boy right here.
What?
I'm gonna figure it out.
What do you mean?
It's something about you, my boy. Not nothing bad. Just something about, like, I feel like I'm always. I feel like there's a cool dynamic between y'all two. Like, you kind of look like the.
Well, come work, bro.
Don't say that. I'll be up this bitch every week.
Hey, man. Next weekend we're gonna be working. So if you want to pull up, man,
all y'all gotta do is keep me updated.
Yeah, got you.
But there's something about you, my boy, that I gotta figure out. You just seem a little. I like it. It's a little grittier, just a little.
Well, I am internally wound tight at all times.
Okay.
Like, I have anxiety, OCD, and a mild case of Tourette's.
Okay.
So, like...
Is that real?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm saying, like, is everything you just said true?
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
So, like, I'm always, like, super tense. Because my brain, like, I'm trying to focus on one thing, and my brain is trying to, like, lock in.
Right.
But then there's, like, a whole, like, 90% of my brain that is thinking about, bills.
Yep.
Fucking... where am I going for work tomorrow? Like, like just shit like that just I cannot relinquish.
You mask it well.
I try very hard.
You mask it well.
And that's what I was trying to explain earlier. Like, from a first impression, that's what you get from him. But, like, when we work, he's definitely a lot more candid and, like. And
that's why I don't want to, like, make it, because y'all are mad cool. Mind you, like that.
You too, man.
Because I would have left this bitch if y'all weren't. But no, I'm fucking with you. But y'all are mad cool, so it's not like a bad feeling I get. It's just I feel a different dynamic between y'all two. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like like I kind of get the goofier side from you, and I'm sure at some point it probably gets mixed. But it's like I kind of see more what I'm used to. It's a good thing for me. Like, it makes me comfortable that there's somebody else in the room that's kind of like that. Because I'm like that. Like, when you first meet me, like, people be looking at me like, oh, this nigga, this nigga's a demon. Like, but when I open my mouth and I smile, they be like, oh, he's like super nice. But like, first impression, a lot of people think I'm just some dickhead.
Well, don't get it twisted. Probably a year ago today, I was not the same person that I am right now, for sure.
You shouldn't
That's
be.
the truth.
Like, you say you see like a grittier side to me. Mm-hmm. That's probably because I'm always teething for like a shot of Jameson or something. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always kind of been like a year ago, you know, I was probably getting on fucking Joe's nerves talking too much, just drunk as hell, fucked up, and all right, man, I'm going to go to the house now. Internally, he's like this fucking drunk ass dude. Like,
so you stopped drinking?
Yeah, I quit drinking for about 8 months. I had my first drink in 8 months, probably like 2 weeks ago or so, when I went to my friend's little pool party.
Okay,
it's cool. I hadn't drank since.
I'm proud of you.
So like, my goal was never to not ever drink again. It was to not fucking medicate myself into a coma with it. You know, so
everything is okay in moderation.
Yeah,
like
that's something I never knew.
Me either until I learned a lot of what taught me that actually was wine. I didn't know that wine was good for you. Just it's in moderation. I don't know why I keep trying to say meditation, but and so like, you know, like stuff like that is you know, of course if you drink too much wine it can have bad effects, but if you drink the right amount it's actually good for you. And so stuff like that just taught me like you can do a lot of the shit that you like, just you know, don't let it consume you type shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Wine is good for you, but 3 bottles of it
exactly.
is not.
That shit will fuck you up.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about the worst fucking hangover of your life, dude? Drink some Chardonnay for about 12 hours and tell me how you feel.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
So Uchiha, that's something, you know, we talked about it with Houston George. I think he was the first one that we really got into the anime talk with.
Venom.
Oh, well, George came before Venom, but his shit got fucked up. We talked about it with him too. So yeah, you and I are both right there. But your last name aligns with last name. Mr. Uchiha.
Right. I'll write that on my checks.
So the second part of your stage name
can do that.
Is in line
Start
with
an LLC.
Say no more.
Really?
Money Man LLC. Say no more.
Oh yeah, man. Juice Uchiha LLC.
And then you can sign your checks.
I'm just kidding.
Fuck,
at least it'll be on the checks. It'll be in that little
try it if that bitch bounce.
Your second part of your stage name aligns with my personal favorite anime of all time.
Okay.
Naruto.
You have great taste.
Eh?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, dude. That was the first one I watched, and ever since then I have been, you know, kind of like doing cocaine. I've been trying to find that high again.
Right.
Oh yeah? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's never the same after the first time. You just keep trying to do it and find it.
It is true though.
And I want to know, because I have my own personal opinions on it. Why is that your favorite? I'm assuming it's your favorite just by the fact that.
Well, it is. And just a little backstory too. So Juice is a name I've had for forever. Yeah.
And is that a nickname for your government name? I'm not gonna.
No, it didn't.
I'm not gonna blow up your spot, but it is all over the YouTube.
No, you're cool. Nah, my Justice is my name, and Juice has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Maybe they associated it with the J, but my nickname came from fucking with hoes. But
hey,
so
same for this guy.
What?
He said his name came from fucking with hoes.
Oh, same.
And, yeah.
Like it was a crazy story. We had this basketball tournament in Sanford one time my senior year in AAU, and I was at a new school at this time. I had transferred schools for my senior year. And
what position did you play?
I played the 3 in high school, and then when I went to college, I was more of like more of a utility guy, like 2 through 4. But and so we were in Sanford one time for a tournament, and they the people at this school just met me, but their first encounter with me was because my AAU team was mostly guys from my school. And so their first encounter with me was like I pulled the girl that they'd been trying to talk to for all 3 years, and then when I got there, like she started fucking with me. It didn't work out, but they kind of knew me as like somebody that could get bitches. So when we got to the tournament, they was like, "Do you got any hoes at Sanford?" I'm like, nigga, no. Like, who the fuck is in Sanford? Like, so they was like, so they used to call me J-Dub because we had somebody on the team named T-Dub, and they said we was twins. So they used to call me J-Dub, and so they're like, J-Dub, come on, like just you know what I'm saying, try to find one. So I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you think I got a tracker? Like
back page.
So I go on Twitter and I search Sanford and people you follow. I put the filter, and then there was like a girl that was in Sanford, but I never talked to her before. And so I DM'd her and told her to pull up, and she came outside. Like,
stop.
But the thing was, so she comes to the room, and mind you, in AAU, everybody has a different room. Like, it's like they put like 3 to a room. So it's like, let's say it's 10 of us. There's 4 different rooms. Everybody's in my room, right? So we come back to the room, and it's 2 girls, 10 niggas in here. So me,
I've seen that movie before.
But so I knew you were gonna say that. So I'm not that type of nigga though. Like, I'm cool. Like, so I come in, I bring her in, and I'm like, go ahead. Like, I have nothing to do with none of this. So one of the girls goes and finds her way to one of the homies. I won't say who, but but the girl I brought just wouldn't leave my side. And so at that point, it was like, you kind of got to do what you got to do. But I was trying to get them the fuck out. I'm like, all right, y'all got to go. And so she was ready. And so she was like talking a whole bunch of shit in front of everybody. And they was like, if you don't handle your business, you a bitch. And, you know, that's like the worst thing you could say to somebody. I'm doing it. Now, whatever you said, I'm doing it. So, so she gets up. She walks in the bathroom. I go behind her. Same thing. You know what happens. And then we come out and her phone rings. And she declines the call, but on her wallpaper, it's a nigga.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, oh, shit, she got a boyfriend. So we hurry up and get her the fuck up out of there. The next day we played in the championship round of the tournament. The nigga I'm guarding is her boyfriend.
Stop!
I swear to God.
Did you let him know?
So
that's the universe.
So and we're actually cool now, which is the funny part, me and dude. But so the way it happened was we walk into the tournament, she's sitting in the back corner. And I'm like, is this bitch stalking me or something? Like, why the fuck is she here? Because the other team isn't even here yet. So I'm just thinking like she's here for me. So I'm like, what the fuck? So we lock eyes and she kind of like dips her head. And so I'm like, I saw you. Like, so I'm like, maybe she's trying to hide or something. And this
gives it the Forrest Gump wave.
And so the team walks in, and there's this dude that walks in the court that looks mad familiar, but I've been hooping for a while now, so I'm like, maybe I see this nigga in a different gym or something like that.
Yeah.
And we go to tip off, and I'm 6'5", he's 6'6". So we're guarding each other. Now I have no type of athleticism, and this nigga's nickname is literally Bounce. So we really had we had no reason to really be guarding each other other than height. But so when we do tip off, I'm like, he looks familiar, like I can't remember who it is. And so it comes to me sometime in the game, but I'm chilling. And we fucking him up. And he gets a steal, goes down the court, do some crazy ass windmill dunk. Come back down the court. Man, this nigga can't guard me, boo, 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 boo. I'm already busting their ass, and I don't like people talking shit. Like, all the close homies will tell you when it comes to basketball, you talk. We can talk. I'm not going to, like, try to fight you or nothing, but, like, I'm going to make you want to fight if we get to talking. So it's like he says that shit. And so I'm, like, charging down the court at the nigga. And Monk grabs me, one of my teammates. He grabs me, and he's like, don't do it. He knows exactly what I'm about to say. He like, don't do it. And so I'm like, if he say one more thing, I'm going to let this bitch go right now. Like, and so he actually was chilling for the rest of the game. The game ended, we won. She, like, came onto the court, grabbed that nigga. They walked out. And then after that, that's when niggas started calling me Juice. And so then when I started rapping, of course, I couldn't just go by Juice because you type Juice in there and Juice WRLD is fucking 70 pages long on any fucking streaming service. So I had to throw on the Uchiha because Sasuke is my favorite anime character of all time.
Nope, couldn't be me.
You don't fuck with Sasuke? Are you talking about dude?
I'm just saying, I'm super competitive. I'd have been on the court talking, I fucked your bitch.
Well, so sometimes, but you know though, like, you've been in spaces, like, I'm not sure what your thing is, but you've been in spaces where you're, I wouldn't say better than, because he can hoop, but you've been in spaces where you fucking somebody up. Like, even though, let's say, compared to music, like, if me and you do a verse or do a song and my verse is way harder than yours and you're on IG talking shit or whatever, you're the best rapper, I'm not really going to say nothing because I'm just tell people to listen to the music. Yeah. So it's kind of like on the court, we was fucking them up already. I got like 20. So I'm like, when Monk grabbed me, I'm like, I don't really have to say much. We can play the tape back. Like, I've been busting your ass all night. Yeah. And like I say, he can hoop too, and we're real cool now. Like, but in that moment, it was just like, and I don't even think he gave, like, I think it was more of a situation where he was her wallpaper, but she wasn't his. Like, I think she was fucking with him a little bit more than he was fucking with her. So he didn't really give a fuck. But at the time, it was just a crazy story.
That's hilarious.
But to answer your question, the reason why Naruto is my favorite anime is because it's the first one I got, like, invested in, because I saw DBZ when I was younger because of my older brother, but I didn't watch it much. And then a girl that I was dating at the time put me on to anime. And so when I was watching Naruto, I got really invested. The storyline is, I feel like it's the best mixture of storyline and action. Because DBZ, you watch DBZ for the fights.
Yeah.
The fights in DBZ are probably the best fights in anime. But Naruto has great fights, but the storyline of DBZ pisses me the fuck off. I can't watch it.
Yeah.
The storyline of Naruto, like, it's been moments where like niggas get emotional. Like, I'm like,
oh yeah,
god damn. Like when Minato came back, and then like he had to die again. Like, that shit fucked me up. Like, I was like, if he had to die on Naruto's birthday, I was like, man, fuck out of here. I can't watch this shit.
I think the most emotional part for me throughout the whole series, I think, was like either season 1 or season 2, where they were fighting Orochimaru on the roof, and then Hokage got fucking blasted. Yeah. I mean, even through all of that, because I watched, I haven't finished Shippuden, and I was like 140 something episodes into it.
You said you haven't?
That's the best part. Really?
What?
I mean,
that and the Great Ninja War are like the 2 best parts.
My favorite part, I mean, even still to this day, like my favorite, it sucked me in with the tournament when they were doing like the Genin challenges. Because, like I said, I'm a competitive person. You put a tournament in it. I haven't seen most of all of DBZ, but I watched the Cell Saga because I like the tournament.
So how was you fucking with the Rock Lee part in the tuning exams?
Oh yeah, dude, when he took those ankle weights off, like those are the most iconic parts of Naruto. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know. I definitely fell in love with it because, not to sound like a lame weeb or anything, but
fuck y'all.
I really felt like I identified a lot with Naruto himself.
Yeah, no, there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why I rock with the Uchiha. I fucked with Sasuke because of his whole dynamic. Like, people don't see the value and think, like, I'm of the belief that whatever you consume is like, it has an effect on you. And so you decide whether it's going to be positive or negative. But, like, if you're just out here thinking that you're watching anything, just watching it and it's not doing anything to you, you're ridiculous. Whatever you listen to gives you an energy. You know what I'm saying? What you watch can teach you a lesson. So I done not learned technically, but I done reconstructed my values and morals off mad shit I've watched. Like, and so Naruto was one of them. Like, I fucked with Sasuke because whenever y'all hear the song that I did for Tyler for his stream, like, I fucked with when he introduced himself, when they became Team 7 and Kakashi asked Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura to introduce themselves, and he was like, my name is Sasuke Uchiha. I hate a lot of things. I don't particularly like anything, but I have one goal, and it's to destroy a certain someone. I will restore my clan, and he said something like, what I have is not a dream because I will make it a reality. Like, when he said that, I wasn't just watching like a dumbass just like, oh, that's cool. Like, I was like, I fucked with that. Like, I was like, what he wanted to do ain't a dream. Like, it's a reality because I'm about to do this shit. Like, I'm going to make it happen. And so from that moment on, he was my favorite character. And then all the bitches love Sasuke. And he wasn't giving him none of the time of day.
Well, it's cool. It's cool because, like, there's a bigger picture painted there. I mean, and speaking on Sasuke alone, it is totally a story of how intoxicating the need for revenge is and what it can turn you into. Because from square one to the end, you see him go through all the phases. Oh, he was so desperate to kill his brother that he invited a curse upon his life.
I was just about to say he hurt himself.
Yeah.
For that one goal because he didn't give now we learned later on, of course, that he kills Orochimaru, or thought he did. But at that point, he was like, you can have me after this. Yeah. Like, you can have my body after this. That goal, though, and it's a catch-22. You can look at it positively, or you can look at it negatively. It definitely had a negative effect, like you said, but he took on a curse mark. But at the same time, I still kind of respected it because it was kind of that by any means necessary. Like, I'm not strong enough without this. So if this shit kills me later, but I achieved the goal that I wanted, I don't have nothing else to live for. Yeah. So I kind of respected it in the same aspect.
Do you think, I mean, and this is a perfect segue because I think I've asked this question one time. Do you think it's worth it? Like, I don't know what your main goal is. We're here today as musical artists. I'm just based on that. I would assume that that's the goal to pop off of that. Is there pieces of you that you are willing to give up to achieve that goal? Or who you are as a person? I mean, I feel like that's inevitable, right? If the music shit pops off, eventually there's going to be a tug of war made where you have to give up
And especially since sacrifice. In the beginning you said, or at least, you said that your main goal is not to blow up off music. So you're just kind of, doing it for fun. But, if it were to pop off, like you would most certainly have to do that. And that might even be harder knowing that, you weren't even planning to be in this position in the first place.
I feel like, so like I said, I'm not a musician. I am an artist, but I have a love for music that's different. Like I have OVO tatted on me. Mm-hmm. Like, there's artists that I associate with, like, saving my life type shit. I fuck with you. But there's artists I associate with, like, saving my life, like Mac Miller, Drake. Like, I tried to commit suicide one time when I was 16. And when I got out of a mental institution, I listened to Objects in the Mirror probably like 45 times that day.
Dude, that's gotta be some cancer shit, bro.
No,
we're on like the same wavelength.
No, for real. And so like this is before I've ever gotten close to a microphone. So what I mean by not trying to pop is I didn't go into music and still don't make music off of I hope this goes viral.
Okay.
I make music off of what does this beat make me feel? You know what I'm saying? What do I want to say? What do I want people to hear? Can I help somebody? Like Circumstances, the song I put out with my mom on it. I have homies, BaccStabbers that I just dropped. I got homies that tell me, like, I relate to everything you said in this song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got homies that I did a No More Parties remix where I got homies that's like, I felt ashamed of being in this situation because it's about me getting cheated on. And, a lot of niggas are scared to talk about they bitch getting fucked. But, like,
I listened to that one.
You did?
Yeah.
And so, like,
I love that beat.
Yeah, I fuck with that beat, too. And so, to answer your question, all I try to do is, like, try to be a better person. So, and not that I'm the best person, because I'm not. But, so anything that I feel like would benefit me more to my morals and ethics, I would be willing to let go. Anything that contradicts that, I wouldn't let go from music. Yeah. As much as I love music, I still feel like, and I'm not like religious or anything, I believe there's a higher being, but it's not like a heaven or hell thing to me. It's just like I'm not sacrificing what's morally right to me for music just because a lot of shit that you do affects other people. So it depends on, it would have to be something like, I've already, had to let go of friends and shit for certain shit for this music shit already, and I'm nobody. So, shit like that, would I be willing to sacrifice? Of course, because I feel like it would probably benefit. Mm-hmm. But I'm not out here clout chasing or no shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain shit that people feel like they have to do to pop. I'm not going to do no fucking gimmicks. I'm not rapping off beat. I'm not doing none of that shit to pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit is dead. Like, I'd just rather not make it, technically, and just keep doing what I love, because I'm always make music regardless of what happens with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, like, I like asking that question just because, like, the answer you gave me was genuine, right? Now, in a world where everything worked out perfectly, I feel the same way you do right now. Mm-hmm. I also think about, if it does happen, I might not be singing the same tune.
Right. No, I don't know from experience, but I'm sure it's difficult to look like $5 million in the face and be like, no, I'm not doing that because X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But I think people don't give themselves enough credit, honestly. I think a lot of people value something a lot just because they don't have it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people that I know that in that moment where it's right there and you know that you could have it, you feel like there's another way you could get it.
Yeah. That's why I respect that Griselda movement so much.
Absolutely.
Because, dude, like, if you listen and hear about their, like, backstory and how they came up, dude, they had to grind and scratch all the way up until the point where they were getting deals. And those deals that they were getting, they were already getting that money because of the grind and the scratch through to get up there.
Right.
I thought that was pretty amazing. I mean, do you listen to Griselda or know about them?
So I know about Griselda, but so I don't listen to Griselda much. But what I do know about Griselda is I fuck with their merch.
Yeah.
And I fuck with the way that they operate business. Like, I'm pretty sure, I think it's Westside. But they kind of are more businessmen than artists. They rap for real. They can spit. But I'm pretty sure they've said that most of their money comes from their merch.
Oh, yeah. They're making tons of money off the merch.
So I fuck with how they orchestrate business. It's the same way I feel about Nip. Like, and I listen to a lot of Nip's music too, but I fucked with the fact that when Nip did the thing where he had 100 copies of his CD and he sold them for, I think it was like $1,000 or some shit like that.
Sold him $1,000 a piece?
Yeah. And I fucked with his mindset because he was like, I don't know right now 250,000 people that's going to buy my album.
Yeah.
I know 100 people, though, that regardless of whatever the price is, they fuck with me to the point that they will buy this album.
Yeah.
Either way, I made $100,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense because, I mean, especially I would consider him a head in the game, even though, RIP.
Yeah.
But
his business mind was crazy.
Yeah, that's what an easy way to make $100,000.
Yeah.
Because that is true, and especially in this day and age, no one's buying physical copies.
Exactly.
So
he was like, I know for sure 100 people that regardless they support me in the aspect. And then he always went back and put it into something that would help the community he was selling the shit to. So it's not like you just out here making a nigga rich and he just gone. Like, he done employed so many people and left all those businesses in his kid's name, and I fucked with him the long way.
So you say you fuck with the business side more than anything. Yeah. Is that like kind of the goal? Is that something you're trying to like set up for yourself in the future?
The one thing I will say that's probably directly under family and music is money.
Yeah.
Just I have a love for money. So I kind of don't I was kind of made to be kind of flexible. Like, my mom put me in tons of different shit. Just most of it was trying to make sure I wasn't just running the street in Detroit, like, keep me busy. I was out there playing soccer, and y'all know damn well I don't look like no damn soccer player, but like,
I don't know what soccer you're watching.
Man, you tell me what soccer player you see 6'5" with face tats in the
Bro, what?
Probably goalies.
Are you serious?
Right?
All right, I'll school you after this.
All right,
yeah, we ain't gonna go into the whole thing, but
you show me one and I'm gonna get my foot skills up.
There's an amazing German soccer player named Boateng.
Okay.
Bro, 6'5",
damn,
huge, playing center back. Damn. Yeah. Anyways, there are soccer players out there. They're just not in the States.
Okay.
United States soccer is not what. Actually, they just won the Gold Cup against Mexico. Ole, ole, los gringos. Let's go. Because in soccer, if you beat Mexico, I'm on your side. We're out here.
I just think I think my goal with music is just honestly just to make people feel what I feel when I listen to my favorite artists. Honestly.
And that was a question that I had for you before all of this started. And just kind of, because I like to do a little bit of research, but there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
And so I'm my resources are social media and listening to the music that you have on Spotify. You have some great music, man. And then when I look at your Instagram, everything you've said up until this point has answered my question. Most artists that I see that are, really trying to build that brand and, music, like the blowing up off the music is the focus. Their Instagrams are curated with, pictures in the studio or videos of this or them doing shows or marketing or this or that. And then I look at yours and it's just, pictures of you doing you. I looked at like the distance between posts. It seems like you just post whenever feel like, fuck it. I feel like, posting right now. So with all that being said, I think there's sometimes we think about, it's this step, that step, this step. But I feel like with the artist, I guess we'll use local or beginner for whatever terms. And then you have like the established artists like Drake. where you look at his Instagram and everything is absolutely calculated. The picture, the filter, the this, the video, the this, the that, when they post. But so do you think you're ever going to find yourself like, you know, deviating from keeping your Instagram as personal as it is? Do you think it'll ever be more about the music? Because I didn't see anything related to your music other than the link and then the grayed out word that says artist, and then it has the link right here. Like, because I mean, because me as a producer and someone who I do music full time, so I'm constantly thinking about, you know, how to help artists' music get more plays or this or that, so that it can benefit all of us. And it's like, it's interesting to meet someone who genuinely, you know, that is not their main concern at this point in time. Do you think, you know, you'll ever start trying to be like, okay, if I curate my stuff a certain way, or if I, you know, start, you know, showing off my rapping skills, right? So like maybe some of the beats that you can't necessarily put on Spotify, you could post a video of you doing that, you know, in order to get an audience who's gonna, you know, be there for your music.
So that's what I feel like personally, and I could be wrong, but that's where I think my growth is.
Or where you need to grow, is that what you're saying? Okay.
Like to be honest, I rap better than a lot of these niggas.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point, without, you know, putting anyone on blast.
Yeah,
I mean,
you good. I'll say it for you. I rap better than a lot of these.
Okay, and so with that being said, why don't you fucking showcase that shit, bro?
So,
I mean, like,
so that's where my growth comes in.
That's frustrating to me as someone who looks at this as a business and, you know, sees that being important. I mean, if you had that, man, I mean, there are a lot of people who would be following you and paying attention to your music closely. I don't know if that's the case now.
No,
or
you're fine.
Yeah,
no.
But,
so me and Don have had this conversation before too, and
I mean, and that's a prime example of someone who, you know, I think you probably have more followers than actually, I don't know, but regardless, the point is he still treats his shit like, you know.
Yeah. So we not get into it, but
discuss, debate.
So I'm more of like a if let's say me and you were working, or let's say you have something on the album or something like that, I'm still respectful enough to, I'm going to promote this shit out of respect for who else is on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I am also the type of nigga where when I drop my singles, if it was, I think, 2 days before I dropped BaccStabbers and Mr. Manga Kill, I think I just put on my story. It was like, Friday at midnight, these are dropping. Because on one end, you want to be respectful of people like you who do treat it as a business. So it's like, I'm not about to shortchange you if I could have promoted this song more, and then that might have done something for you. Like Teddy and Don now know each other because of me. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that is important to me. So if you're featured on a song, I'm gonna. But when it comes to me, how I am right now, I don't really give a fuck about the number with my shit. Yeah. So it's like, will I? Yes, because that's something that I have to work on. But I didn't. The way I entered into music, I didn't enter into it as something to blow up off of. So I never even considered that type of thing. So I didn't know anything about promotion. And like what you're talking about, Don is very calculated.
Right.
Yeah. When I tell you, he shortchanged himself. When I tell y'all, Don has literally 1,000 fucking songs in his computer that he's still going to drop at some point. Just there. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? This is a whole album. Like,
I mean, it's a good situation to be in, but I think what you're alluding to is, you know, sometimes you can be your own obstacle.
Well, no, that's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying I need to be more like that, because Don is so calculated to where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. And he's like, I'm not dropping any of this shit without a video, without a behind the scenes video, and without people knowing that it's coming a month in advance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally knew nothing about that when I first started making music.
Yeah.
So it's changed. It's changed how I think about it. But I want to be in the aspect like that, to where until I figure it out, I'm not gonna fuck up no promotions. Like, I'm gonna keep being me for now. And then once I figure out my algorithm and what works for me, and like, okay, I want to do this before I drop the video, then I want to do this before I drop the song and all that, then I'll start doing all that shit. But right now I'm just having fun with it, and I'm loving what I'm doing. And the reception I've gotten alone off of just making music and putting it out. And I don't DM people with my songs. I just put my shit out.
Thank you.
And
Can we get the fucking
which one?
The clap, the audience? That's just a joke, bro. Don't do it. I will not take you seriously if you do. If the first thing you ask from me and ever talk to me is, "Hey man, listen to my music," block.
Nah, yeah, I don't. and I'm kind of the you guys saw it, like when Sauce came here. Sauce works with a lot of artists, and I think y'all heard like 7.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got it, Genuine Love comes out. I've gotten a lot of opportunities that a lot of people with way more streams than me have not seen yet, and it's not even because, even though I feel like I am, because I'm just better than them or whatever. But once you also are genuine, like.
Correct.
Whatever you do, even if somebody else thinks that it's wrong or you can do it better, if you're genuine in what you're doing, though, the love usually spreads. So, like, the way you guys heard from me was I think at that time, I think Sauce and I knew each other for like 2 weeks. Some shit like that. Like, or not that much. Or probably had only seen each other like 3 times.
Right.
But I've always fucked with Sauce. Sauce always fucked with me, and my music is hard. So he'll do some shit like that. You know, so that's where I get all the recognition I need. It's not from having 100,000 streams or nothing like that. Right. It's from, you know what I'm saying, when I meet somebody and they're like, yo, no, for real, like, no reason a lot of you don't know you. Your shit is hard. Or for real, like, this song helped me, or you said exactly what I wanted to say to Shorty, so I just sent her your song type shit. Like, that shit is real important to me. I don't really give a fuck about who goes where. They had a festival the other day in Raleigh recently. Yeah. That a lot of my homies was like, why are you not up here? And I was like, because I don't promote my shit.
Is that the shit? I forgot the name of that. It was August.
Talking about the show in the park?
No, not August. It was July. Some shit.
Yeah, it was something.
July. It was the weekend after the 3 a.m. show. It was.
That was the same damn weekend. That was like that Sunday following the 3 a.m. show.
There was there was a festival after that too. That 3 a.m. was at.
Okay, I didn't know he did too.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, I think that's definitely. I think that's a good way to start, because that's how I started the genuine networking. I mean, if you go to my Instagram and see how many followers I have, and you were to do kind of the quick scan, you wouldn't necessarily get an idea of
what you got going on,
or who I've got stuff going on with.
Exactly.
But you can kind of tell, like, okay, I do music, but every person that follows me, or I mean, there are some bots, like some of the ones with crazy names or whatever, or the graphics people. Shout out to the graphics people. Appreciate y'all for the
cartoon account. Just
the cartoon. Yeah, on God, bro. But no, I would legitimately say that everyone that follows me is someone I've met in the studio, somebody I've met in person, someone I've networked with in face to face, like, and that's important to me, right? I don't care about the internet shit. Like, it's like, if somebody's hard, like, I'll comment on their shit, I'll like it, I'll message them, blah blah blah. But like, everybody that is on my Instagram are people that I met in person.
It's quality, not quantity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree with that,
like,
too.
If I have 2,000 followers and Drake hear my shit and say you hard, and I want to do a feature, fuck them followers. Like,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck who got this bitch going up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's about quality over quantity. But that's not to say you are correct, and I am going to get to that point. And that's the next step.
Because
for sure.
I was we're on the same wavelength here. It's important.
Yeah, it is.
You know, if you're going to be in this industry and you're going to, it's not even just for plays, it's not even just for followers. You're building a brand for yourself.
For sure.
You're trying to make it so that people see who you, not only see your music, but see the person that music's coming from. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people like about music, is that, like, that's what makes you a fan. Is not only like what their music relates to you, but then you see them moving on social media and it's like, oh, that's cool. They got cool content. Let me, follow and pay attention to what they're doing. I mean, that's that's how it goes. That's how you build fans and a fan base. And I mean, your music's pretty much there. I mean, like you got dope producers that you're working with. Your bars are there. Once you get on your weak ass melody shit, then, you know, you'll be a pop star.
That shit hard. I be hating because I can't do it like that.
I mean, I heard you sing a little bit on the No Parties remix.
Yeah,
you put some melodies.
It was
all
right. It was that and the.
You just gotta go for it, man.
Yeah, I went for it. Did you hear Let's Go? I hop in the whip and I roll.
I don't know, but we can listen to it though.
Y'all can listen to it. Yeah, let's do that.
What's the timer saying?
It's red, so we need to change soon.
Yeah, well then are there any music videos or songs that you want us to play right here?
Matter of fact, since we coming off the anime talk, I want you to play Mr. Manga Kill.
Is there a video for that?
Nah.
Are you in any videos?
Yeah.
When we get back from the break,
we'll
start listening to some music.
All right, so let's do a video for let's watch the video for Spaz Out.
Okay.
Juice Uchiha Spaz Out on the first album.
Juice Uchiha Spaz Out. We'll be right back.
Gully. Hey, Rod, I'm really talking my shit on this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I don't even know this fucking song name. I just know I'm different. Niggas all the same. Rapping about Amiris and some ball mains. You bought them with your mama checks, boy, that's small change. My clippers click and graze your head like a ball fade. And nigga, when I shoot, I'm yelling ball game. Y'all all lame, I'm swerving all up in the y'all lane. And when I pass, make sure you watch my car paint. I ain't a saint, bitch, I'm a sinner. Put work in, so I'm a winner. Eat Tray beats up for dinner, heat the booth up in the winter. January 29th, around the corner, shit gets spooky. I'm finna dog you niggas out. You would've thought my name was Scooby. Hold up, foolie. I'm a young nigga with confidence. Resume filled with accomplishments. The time switching on my watch don't tick, and you wonder why she in astonishment. They can smell it on you when you haven't sent. He think he this shit, that's a compliment. Y'all real bold behind them keyboards. Sweet, one more diss and I'ma hop your fence like nigga, what is you saying? I'm with the shits, I ain't playing. You shake up this can of paint, I get the spraying. Now your dumb ass just laying there. I think you killed him, bitch, I'm well aware. Fuck you doing, pick your mouth up. Help me carry this little nigga down the stairs like nah, I'm just serious. Your bitch over there looking curious. Give her this dick, now she acting delirious. She told me I knocked on her period. I looked at her and I said period. Then I told her put her face on my waist and make my tip stick up like a pyramid. Hold on. I told her put her face in my waist and make my tip stick up like a pyramid. Hey Rod, I'm taking over my phone. The mic smoking and shit. Look. Beat come back and I go again. Hey Rod, no nigga, I'm in my mode. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm punching in. Nigga, this might be my last chance. You bullshitting like the last dance. Now you done fucked up my damn stance. Don't make me reach up in these damn pants. Glock got a Jimmy like San Fran. Damn it, I should've said Neutron. Fuck the studio, I want my money back extended. I was in a coupon. Crunch a nigga like a crouton. Let this bitch come and toss my salad. My ball sack look like Elmer Fudd and this motherfucker hunting for some wabbits. Don't be shocked when you catch a static. I'm only talking semi-automatic. Flip a nigga like he acrobatic. It get real gully, boy, this shit is tragic. Now he short of breath, he asthmatic. I need rehab, I'm a cash addict. Nigga told me that he didn't have it. I said, word to first, you better cash app it, nigga. I need my motherfucking money. Yeah, if you ain't got it on you, send it through your. Yeah, if you ain't got it on you, send it through your cash app. Yeah, send it through that cash app.
Word. We back.
And we back.
Some interesting discussion in between. Won't bring it up, but
shout out the Olympics.
Shout out Canada.
Tokyo 2020 or what 21, whatever year we're in. I'm hearing back. Anyways.
So
what video did we just watch?
Yeah, I was about to say just outro that video for us because I haven't seen that video. And
Spaz Out.
Spaz Out?
Yeah, that was Spaz Out by Juice Uchiha on the first album, Juice WRLD. Out on all platforms. Y'all can find it anywhere.
Is there a feature on it? I don't think there's one on Spaz Out.
No, that's just me rapping my ass off.
Word.
Yeah.
Who did the video?
My boy D Shoots. Shout out to D. It was he did more with it than I even expected. I was kind of going for behind the scenes type of look, and I was really just like the album cover for that album is a picture that he took in the studio, and he edited it and everything. But that's really what he was there for, the photograph. And I played it back. Teddy pulled up. Then he pulled up to do one verse, but he stayed for the rest of the session that he came for. And we were just in there listening to Spaz Off. And when I say I'm rapping my ass off on Spaz Out, like it's crazy. So he was shooting the video while we were listening to so he got like the genuine experience of me and Teddy, and they're like, oh my fucking God. And then he started telling me to do certain shit. So then it became the like little promo video for the album. So I dropped Spaz Out before the album came out with the video, and then the album came out afterwards.
When you say you're with your man Teddy, he's a videographer as well, right?
No, Teddy's a rapper.
Who did Don's video?
Sav, shot by Sav.
Okay.
He's super cool with Teddy. They're cool too, but no, Sav's the videographer, Teddy's the rapper.
Okay, Teddy was in the video, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Because I saw the logo. I saw the Teddy logo. It was big, and I was like, okay, that must be the guy who did the video as well.
Oh wait, do you mean in Don's video?
Yeah, didn't he?
No. I think that the bear might be.
You talking about the house tour?
Yeah, Teddy wasn't in house tour, but the bear might be part of Donovan's logo or part of Sav's, one of theirs.
Okay. That confused me for a second.
Yeah. No, you trust me, when you see Teddy, you'll know who Teddy is. Teddy, whatever you think when you hear Teddy is what Teddy looks like. I promise you. He's a big black nigga with dreads. That's exactly what he's a big ass teddy bear.
That's what's up, man. So the whole video is just basically like a behind the scenes of you guys like listening to the track or whatever.
Yeah. And so like it's also clips of me rapping in there. So because after he recorded that, he was like, you know what, fuck it, do the whole video right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bet. But it started off as just him supposed to be in there. He caught me some in the booth, like through the window, shooting a video of me rapping and shit. It's a pretty dope video actually.
Oh yeah, go check that out. Spaz Out.
I was gonna say, I think before the break we were gonna jam some tunes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want y'all to hear "Let's Go" because that's the one where I go full in on the auto.
That's what it was. "Let's Go." I didn't remember the name of the song. But.
That on Juice WRLD?
No, that's on Detroit to Durham. It's a sauce beat too.
Hey.
Yeah, shout out my guy.
I actually may have heard this then. I just probably don't know it by name.
I hop in the whip and I roll. I told her
because you can't keep anything a secret. If you're working with those guys, they put it in the chat.
Good. Okay, so now I know.
That's how I knew. He was like, yeah, I sent this to Juice, and then he sent me a screenshot of the message. Like, yo, I like that second one. I'm really fucking with him. I'm about to hop on that right now. I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, I got straight to it on that one.
Hey,
you said let's go.
Yep.
Nice one, Trailblazer.
I hop in the whip and I roll. I told her shorty let go, yeah.
Is that you?
Feeling at the end of
What the fuck?
You made that motherfucker.
Weak ass melody.
I told her shorty make a nose touch your toes, yeah.
Yeah, bro. You need to do more of this shit.
I got you.
What? I mean, I don't know if you already do.
I hop in the whip and I roll. I told her shorty let's go. That bitch can nasty when she in that mall.
Because when you have that your tone of your voice is full because you got a deep voice. So when you really like start trying to sing in that, you put a little auto-tune on.
I told her shorty let's go. That bitch can nasty when she in that mall. Yeah, make a nose touch your toes. Yeah, I got different type of flows.
I be getting jealous of the way the auto-tune hits some other people.
It's the voice, man.
Head to the islands when it get too cold. Her location off say it's remote. Cause she with me, she don't want you to know. They won't believe all the shit that I seen. Shawty is slut, but she look like a queen. I go crazy when I get in between. Make her legs do the shake like a king. Yeah. My look, I'm on camera. I did this shit with no manager. She came to me cause you said you can't handle her. Calling my bitch, but her real name is Pamela. Niggas so quick when they get in that jam. Nigga like me, I'm alone, understand. How you turn into a rat on your mans, but you supposed to be real shit, I don't understand. She in the car waiting soon as I land. Give her a kiss and she hand me some bands. She asking who these bitches on my story. I tell her, baby, don't worry, they just fans. Chasing the money, only time I ran. My niggas stick up like they came from Iran. She hit the dope, look like she from Japan. I look talking shit, I do it cause I can. Yeah, I hop in the whip and I roll. I I told her, shorty, let's go. That bitch get nasty when she in that mode. Yeah, make her nose touch her toes.
I want y'all to hear the
I got
bridge
different
on the second
flows, I'm
verse.
really the goat and these little niggas
This is
know.
the first time I ever did some
Real in
shit
the
like
shows, I'm spinning on clothes, I'm spinning on hoes. Yeah, I'm hopped in the whip and I roll. I told her, shorty, let's go. That bitch get nasty when she in that mode. Yeah, make her nose touch her toes. Yeah, I got different type of flows, I'm really the goat and these little niggas know. Yeah, real is real in the shows, I'm spinning on clothes, I'm spinning on hoes. Yeah, I do all the shit they not into. Real nigga, you can check my credentials. She thinks she love me, told her don't use a mental. Then I told her open wide, I need to check your dental. Okay, let's get it. It's time you niggas gave me credit. You niggas be fakes and you niggas be snakes. I'm really the hardest, so why they ain't said it. She started tripping, so
Is this the
I
part
had
you
to
were
get
talking
it.
about?
Open the message so she know I read it. Speak on my chest and I stand on my word, so I meant what I said, bitch, no need for an edit. Yeah. I do all the shit they not into. Real nigga, you can check my credentials. She thinks she love me, told her don't use a mental. Then I told her open wide, I need to check your dental. I hop in the whip and I roll. I told her, shorty, let's go. That bitch get nasty when she in that mode. Yeah, make her nose touch her toes. Yeah, I got different type of flows, I'm really the goat and these little niggas know. Yeah, real is real in the shows, I'm spinning on clothes, I'm spinning on hoes. Yeah, I hop in the whip and I roll. I told her, shorty, let's go. That bitch get nasty when she in that mode. Yeah, make her nose touch her toes. Yeah, I got different type of flows, I'm really the goat and these little niggas know. Yeah, real is real in the shows, I'm spinning on clothes, I'm spinning on hoes. Yeah.
Actually, too, that's my fault. It's not a Sauce beat. That's a TM beat. Shout out TM. That's my fault,
Shout out
TM. Don't cuss me out when I get up out of here. My fault, bro. That's
That's
a TM
hard.
beat.
Shout out TM. That shit had me. I like the little like lack of a better term, the video game sounds. They're just fun and playful.
I thought the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, man, like I know you were joking about the weak ass melody stuff, but
that was just me hating.
I don't know, man. I mean,
That works. That looks good on you.
Appreciate it.
It sounds good for sure, man, and it's definitely something that a lot of people are doing more often. So I mean, yeah, but you don't want to ride the wave, but dude, everyone loves melody.
Yeah.
I mean, melody. You find yourself at work singing this tune that you listen to. You find yourself at work, fucking, whistling these things back.
So don't get it twisted. Like that's how me and Don joke. That melody shit is hard.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to fucking one of my favorite young artists who's popping, of course, but Lil Tecca, I'll fuck with him heavy.
Yeah.
Because he don't have a lot of bars, but he makes good music.
Yeah.
He knows where to put certain stuff. Like he got this one song where I can't remember how it goes or the name right now because I'm on the spot, but I just fuck with Tecca. So it's just kind of what I come from. Had more of an influence on the type of music I make. Of
course.
So it's like, it's not that I be hating when I be talking about that weak ass melody shit because Don could do that shit like that. Like, Let's Go took me a minute to even.
That was a powerful snap, by the way. Shit.
Don could do that shit so quick, and like when I got that beat, it took me a minute to figure out how I'm gonna, how I'm gonna sound on it. Yeah. And Don will hear a beat, and he'll just start, and I'll be like, how the fuck did you just come up with that? Like he ain't saying no words, but the melody is the hardest part for me. The words is easy, and so when he does that, it just makes me jealous. Cause I'm like, damn, it takes me way longer than you to do some shit like that.
I feel like that too because I also am a writer. I do a lot of writing like in the studio, but I feel the pressure. Like when you're starting from scratch on a collab in studio and it's time to go, it's like, oh fuck, like it's crunch time now. Have you had to ever do that, like with Don?
Yeah. So, to be honest, the way the studio is set up, usually we're not in there alone. So usually it's a vibe. So usually I can finesse it in a way where it's like I'm taking longer than he even notices.
Yeah.
Well, it's because everybody's kind of playing their part, and then by the time it gets to you, you've already had some
or
stuff
maybe
written.
Don done rapped or whatever, but him and Carl getting some long-winded conversation. I'm not gonna say shit because I don't want y'all to look at it. So I'm over here like, all right, bet. They over there doing that shit. Let me finish it up. But I also don't feel so. The way I work is in that type of situation, I'm not paying money to work with Don.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don is my guy, and the studio's at his crib. So I feel comfortable doing that. Like, we don't rush each other in there because it's, bitch, you live here. Where you going? Yeah. So it's like, well, when it comes to the studio, when you're paying for time, I'm the type of guy where, like, we're going to link or I'm going to send you the beat. You're going to tell me what you have written. I'm going to tell you what I have written. When we go to the studio, the song's done. You know what I'm saying?
Since that's such a calculated decision for you, like, is there an engineer? Is there a studio?
A-Rod at Bull City Sound.
A-Rod at Bull City Sound.
I don't know if everybody can call him A-Rod. I think me and Teddy the only ones that do that. But Alex, when you go to Bull City Sound Studio, ask for Alex. That's the best producer, I think, in the area of Durham. He's amazing, bro. He's worked with Stunner the Baby, Tootsie, Set It Off. You
fuck with those guys, the 83 Babies?
No.
Okay.
I don't like their music.
All right, keep going.
But no, it ain't nothing personal. But I don't listen to that shit.
No, I feel you.
Honestly, out of everybody,
I feel like their stuff is an acquired taste.
Yeah, no, they were hard to me at first, but they still sound the same. So I don't really, at least 83.
Yeah.
But out of all those artists I just named, I don't really listen to any of them. But I do respect everybody's music, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't listen to it, but they're hard type shit. So, but I shouldn't say this either because nigga might jump them bitches, but I don't care. What he charges for what he does is ridiculous to me, and I just look at it as like he probably is more trying to be helpful than anything.
So what's he charging?
You can get 3 hours for 125.
That's not bad.
It's not bad because when you leave, it's mastered. It's mixed and mastered. So
125, bro. That's dope. Yeah.
Because you know how most people
that's like $40 to $50.
You pay for a session, and then you usually have to pay separately for the mixing and mastering. In most studios, he is 125, and A-Rod is dead ass while you're rapping, mixing and mastering.
Right.
Like you'll come out and you'll hear shit, and you'll be like,
he already has a template in place.
And he moves so fucking fast. It's just he's fire, man. That almost everything y'all hear. If Don is on it, then I probably did it at Don's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But other than that, everything other than that is more than likely at Bull City Sound Studio. All the production.
Did he do BaccStabbers?
So the production, like the beat too, or
no. Just
okay, just the mixing and mastering.
Yeah,
okay.
Just that's where it's recorded. But only thing he hasn't done that Don isn't on is no, Don's on the Lemon Pepper Freestyle. So yeah, no, everything that Don isn't on was done at Bull City Sound.
Because I was saying this to Joe or Marita before you even got here. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Because you're wearing the merch.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, shop merch gang.
Merch gang, yep. Got the Juice Uchiha shirt.
I woke up this morning and did a little
Hold on, you gotta hit him with the fucking.
Y'all got a sheet?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas is fire. Y'all niggas is fire.
Because I woke up this morning and do a little last minute research before you got here, and I saw your latest release, BaccStabbers. Immediately thought OJ's. Clicked it. Sure shit was the OJ's. I was like, okay, this is fucking fire. Yeah. And then you started rapping. And I was like, okay. You can totally see the progression, and from Detroit to Durham to now BaccStabbers. Yeah. So that's your boy Alex.
Yep.
Almost called him A-Rod.
No,
I didn't want to fuck up.
You good. No, I was saying for the viewers. Y'all niggas are good. Y'all with me. I don't know them niggas watching this video. But yeah, no, my boy A-Rod, he does literally. I'm weird. I try new things, right? But I'm also a man of routine at the same time.
Yeah.
Once I like something, I'll try everything. But if I like something, that's what I do.
Right. I mean, it's like food, man. I mean, I am not a picky meat eater by any means. Like, as long as it's not alive, I'll try it. Right. But the thing is, like, if I'm paying money to do something, I want to know that I'm gonna be satisfied with it. That's why I go to the restaurants that I go to.
Exactly.
Same thing with the music industry. I mean, you have these people that you trust and who have kind of helped you craft a sound in a way. So it's like, you kind of go to them until you can't anymore.
Yeah, I fuck with A-Rod so much that, like, even when I do my splits, I give him a percentage.
That's real.
You don't, of course, you don't. I already paid you, but you know what I'm saying. Like, that's how much I fuck with him, and it's like, I'm real loyal, especially when it comes to the homie. So it's like, if this shit goes where it goes, knowing that he is as good as he is, I want people to know who did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the song to pop, or the one song that pops to be, I was fucking around in Greensboro or some other studio or some shit like that. No, if I got the song, I don't care how long it is, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm going to A-Rod. I'm same way with my barber. I tried to get a cut before I came here. He was like, I got to go to a wedding. I was like, I guess I'll throw a hat on. I don't change barbers. I don't change studios. Like, you know, if it's somebody else's song or something like that, of course, I'm not going to be like, oh, we got to go to A-Rod. Like, I'm not doing it. Yeah. But, you know, like when it comes to me, I'm usually going to A-Rod.
Because I don't know what he did with your voice this time, but I think that's a good pocket, man.
Which one, BaccStabbers?
Yeah, just the autotune was a little more subtle.
And I ain't gonna lie, I think something that had to do with that is that I didn't feel like recording it, so my voice sounded different.
Really?
Because I went there to record I told you I record fast, and it's not intentional, but I went there to do the song, the Mr. Manga Kill for Tyler for his videos, and we had 30 minutes left because I only got an hour because I was like, I'm only doing one song. And we had 30 minutes left. He was like, I'm not about to just sit here and fucking look at you, so rap. I was like, all right, I got you. So I went in there and I did the BaccStabbers, but I was like, just whatever. And then when it came out, when I don't go into the studio to do something specific, I don't like it as much. It doesn't even have to sound different. It's just something in my head. And I goddamn dropped it, and it's everybody's most recent favorite song. And I was like, I don't know why y'all fuck with this song so much.
It's good. It's a total vibe. Like, but see, that's like down my alley anyway. Like, that was just like my upbringing and my dad instilling that kind of music in me. Like Curtis Mayfield is probably my favorite artist.
Do you listen to Detroit artists?
Yeah.
So a lot of that's more of the sound. Like it's a lot of pianos and it's a lot of sampling old school song. Like even Sada Baby when he does that, because Sada Baby can rap. He pisses me off when he does this shit, but he does a lot of bullshit songs like the what's the fucking the one to see me do my dance? Like, Casada can rap, but he does dumb shit like that all the time. But like,
that's the shit that people like, bro.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, even songs like that though is always sampling and older. So that's kind of because that's a Detroit beat.
Yeah,
the BaccStabbers one, and that's my vibe. That's why I don't get on the sing-songy shit as much, even though I should, because I know it sounds good.
Well, it's a concept that we go over on this podcast often. Is that as an artist, sometimes we derail our own shit because we're too worried about what we like. Whereas, like, of course, you want to be able to like your product that you're putting out. I'm not saying put it out regardless necessarily, but like you said, I mean, the song that you put the least amount of effort into turned out to be the ones that you got really good feedback from friends, and it's just like, it's going to relate to people differently and it's going to hit people differently. You just got to, trust, yourself as an artist and be like, there's a reason I hopped on here. So it's probably worth releasing if it sounds like it's good quality. So, do that and then just let the people decide if it's good or not.
Right. And Don, when you see this, I saw you call me, my nigga, but it was a little late.
But not to stray away from that, because I am interested, because this is something that I've asked him about, and we've both agreed that too much paperwork is involved and whatnot. But how did the clearance of that sample go? And I hope I'm not like putting you on blast if you didn't do any of that. But
no, you talking about BaccStabbers?
Yeah.
Oh, so that was just a beat that somebody made on YouTube and I leased it.
Okay, so they probably cleared it then.
Yeah.
Okay, word.
Yeah, that shit
that's easy peasy.
Yeah, and like I said, y'all know, as I said already. Like I said, I do this shit. I like to get in my car and listen to me.
Yeah.
Or I like when my homies.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I like when my homies pull up and I hear them bumping my shit and shit like that. So it's like I don't really do it for all the extra shit. So if the shit ever got struck or anything, I wouldn't really give a fuck. But yeah, I just leased it out. So I'm hoping he cleared it.
So if let's say, just for fun, that did happen, right? And you could quit your day job and, make money off of music, but you had to start giving a shit about it.
That would be fine because I give a fuck about it now. I just don't give a fuck about fame. Like, I'll tell you all the time, me and my mom had this conversation. I was like, if I made $50,000 a year rapping.
Well, that's something that we discussed with Don, is that, fame isn't necessarily something that needs to happen in order to make money from music. You can be a writer. I mean, you just have to know how to, market yourself in those different groups. I mean, because
I write music too, by the way. So y'all niggas that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got a style and everything.
Ghostwriter, what?
Yeah. I know a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got, I know a lot of people that have something that will make people follow them.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like Young Thug and them making Lil Baby start rapping, because it's like, nigga, everybody fuck with you. Like, you a real nigga out here, you doing all this other shit. You can say whatever on these beats. They gonna fuck with you because it's real. I know a lot of niggas like that the lifestyle that they live, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna incriminate nobody, but the lifestyle that you live, you could gain a following quickly.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, don't ever look at it as something wrong if you have somebody writing songs for you. If you never claim to be somebody that's a songwriter, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's only a problem when you lie.
Yeah.
That's
so
it.
would you? I mean, I know it's an area you said you had to grow as far as like the melodic shit, but like would you ever see yourself as bigger than just a rapper? Because when you brought up like people with a lifestyle that could probably get them a lot of followers. I assume gang related stuff. I see it all the time with people that I've worked with in Charlotte. Me neither, but and by gang I mean bread gang. Marita bread shirts coming soon.
Big merch.
No, just kidding. But would you ever see yourself like, would you see yourself as a pop star? Let's say fucking DaBaby, Drake, Polo G right now. Songs that are coming out on the radio and that you're hearing on kids video games with dances to them, or you're hearing them in movies. Like, have you ever aspired to be in that realm of music?
I pride myself on being versatile. So could I see it? Yeah. Aspire to be,
or that's probably not something that you've ever thought about.
Yeah, and I don't want to, because I know this whole interview sounded like I just don't give a fuck, and that's not.
Oh well, no, I mean, dude, if that
not that I don't give a fuck. It's more of a I want my music to be as good as possible, and I'm okay with whatever happens with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I'm not, as long as I know that I've done what I could, and I'm doing what I love, and I'm staying true to myself, I wouldn't be mad if I didn't pop type thing. So it's like, but could I see the way that I write music and?
But you're also very young and have plenty of time to learn and realize, how many doors and opportunities that your music can create for you.
Absolutely.
Depending on how many people and who you put it in front of.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 30 years old, so I've had a lot of time to think about, do I want to do something that I love every day of my life, or do I want to do something else that will take me away from it? Well, if I want to do something I love, I got to figure out how to, make money from that.
Yeah.
Eventually you have to, do that if that's what you want to do. So
I think I just have a different outlook. Like I'm kind of like of the belief that there'll never be a time where I can't do what I love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're being honest right now, right? Until I make money off of music for real, I'm still have to work.
Absolutely. And I mean, my way of making money from music is much different than how you would make money from music. I feel like, in my assumption, it would be much harder to make music as someone who writes rap lyrics than someone who mixes, masters, engineers, makes beats, sell beats, blah, blah, blah.
Everybody needs one of those. Yeah.
Right?
And the other thing is, it's like once you find peace with that, I feel like everything else goes well. Because it's not, like I said, it's not like I'm saying I'm against popping. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like my music sounds as good as it does and all that, just because it's not forced.
Currently, your music sounds great, and you're happy with that product. So what it takes for you to get that studio time, what it takes for you to grab those beats, you're willing to do that. And have a good attitude about it.
And your music don't sound forced, and it don't sound like you're reaching for please listen to me. Like it's like he's just him. You know what I'm saying?
And I think what a lot of people that are outside of trying to break through in the industry, like I guess we all are, is that there are steps that need to be taken that are tedious and seem small in comparison to these other steps, but are completely necessary. And I think one of those steps that you're describing is the reality of the situation is there, until the music does pop and I am making money off of it, there are other realities that I have to deal with, like bills and having a roof over my head.
Like I got a son, like, it's stuff that it's do I even hope that it happens? Of course, you know, I'm not.
I mean, why would it's like no, I don't want that to happen ever.
Yeah,
but
it's like okay,
is my main focus ever that over? You know what I'm saying?
Over reality.
Yeah.
No.
So that's why I have this. Cause I'm just a naturally nonchalant person. That's why I have this. It comes off sometimes as like I don't care what happens with it, and I do, of course. It's just I also know the reality of things, and that's always prioritized. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's something that me and him.
And if anyone listening is not prioritizing reality over what is not reality, this is a reality check.
Yeah, this your TED Talk.
Yeah, for real. Because it all, like, I mean, there are definitely people out there that can focus 100% of their time and money on pursuing this. Mm-hmm. However, it is, in my experience of listening to local or anybody that's popped, my favorite music are people that come from struggling to maintain that dream.
Yep.
And have a life. I mean, you could date it back as far as you want, but I think like the first time it ever really dawned on me was in high school listening to Jeezy.
Yeah.
Because his songs don't seem forced.
Nah.
He's not even really talking about rap shit. Yeah. He's talking about making money.
Real life.
Real life.
In real life, yeah. And it's funny because when the verses happened, there was even a divide just amongst like the people I know in this area versus this area, because Jeezy was we fuck with Jeezy heavy in Detroit. Yeah, that's our guy. So like a lot of people, Gucci was that nigga, of course, but Jeezy was taking over the North kind of.
Oh yeah,
he had more of a northern sound than Gucci. So it was like
you like Soulja?
Huh?
Are you a Soulja fan? Soulja Boy?
Come on, now that's Big Draco.
Okay.
We don't want no problems with Big Soulja. He the first to do everything.
Yes, sir.
That's a dub. But yeah, I remember when Jeezy I have an older brother, so of course I was younger. But I remember when my brother Tony was getting sent home for wearing the snowman t-shirts. And,
oh yeah, dude, the snowman t-shirts.
Oh my God, niggas used to get so much trouble for that shit. Like I remember them G-Unit was getting niggas in trouble. Dipset had some gear, I think, that was getting niggas in trouble. Yeah, I remember
nothing
that.
Trumped the snowman t-shirt.
Yeah, no, them shits was.
Oh, okay. You know what the snowman means? Yes, I know what the snowman means. That's why I want one, and that's why my parents won't let me have one.
Right. Yeah, Jeezy's out here getting kids fucked up.
Yeah, man, but the real life is important, realizing, the circumstances that you're under, and, this is what I need to do to take care of myself and the people around me and everyone that's depending on me. And then on top of that, chasing my dream.
Absolutely.
And, dream, whatever you love, your passion.
Yep.
There are definitely steps you gotta take for it, for sure. There's a significant difference in time between, your age and mine and his, but people.
Y'all niggas not that old, man.
Bro, I knew you were gonna say that. 7 years, bro. Multiply that by 365, bro, and then multiply that by 24. That's the amount of hours I've been alive, and my brain's been thinking about shit and doing shit.
Guess what else 7 years is?
What?
1 year for a dog.
That's true. And that's man's best friend. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But, no, but we're not that old. We're gonna be.
Oh wait, no, I just capped. That's 49 years.
It's okay. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, because
they're older. Yeah,
1 year for us is 7 for
the dog. Man, the dog's dead by then.
So you might be on to something. 7 years is a long ass time.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. I don't try to act like an old head all the time. I just really value time.
Yeah, no, you should. You should.
I just do.
That's why y'all hear me. It's funny you say that, because that's why I am the way I am. And when I said I feel old and shit, like a lot of people are always telling you when you're this age, and y'all know because y'all been here before. Oh, you got time. You're 23. No, the fuck I don't. Like life hits
super fast.
Life hits before 23. Yeah. So it's like if you think that too much, you can be stuck. And it's like I don't have the time to.
You do and you don't. You have time to learn, but. But your time to do things and act
is now.
Now.
It's now.
Is now.
You don't want to look back later on and be like, if I would have done more.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody around my age or a little bit older, a little bit younger, I don't want y'all to think that everything has to happen now, but you do got to get started right now. Like, ain't no tomorrow. Don't, I'll start this, then whatever. Get on that shit now.
And then, applying what Kit said as far as the steps, like when we say go out and do it now, that doesn't mean go out and go ahead and go from whatever your follower count is on your stream to this amount.
Right.
Like, you don't do it in a day.
Yeah.
Like you say, I'm going to do it now. My goal right now is to get 5 more followers on this video game stream that I have. Next thing you know, you got that, or your YouTube content, or whatever you're trying to do.
Start your progress.
Start the progress. Correct.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the guy was literally saying, like, you're only hindering yourself, not going ahead and putting a video on YouTube. It doesn't matter. Do it on your phone. Yeah. Because in the future, that shit is going to be the rare content if you continue down the path.
Have y'all peeped what happened with the Joe Budden YouTube channel? I don't know how YouTube algorithms work and shit, but do y'all remember when the Joe Budden podcast started like popping after Rory and Maul came back? Do y'all remember that all those old videos that Joe Budden used to record on his camcorder, it started to resurface? Yeah. Did y'all see those? Mm-mm. So when he first dropped them on YouTube years and years ago, like he had one where he saw Drake outside a club when Drake was like still dropping fucking comeback season and shit like that. Yeah. And I think they started off with like probably like 12,000 views. And then once the Joe Budden podcast started popping, it jumped up like 250,000. And like you said, the quality of the videos, and like, even though the quality back then was just different because of what cameras, he was on a camcorder. Like, it wasn't a set up podcast, nothing. It was just him recording everyday life. Yeah. And it resurfaced, like you said, as he got bigger, people still went back and looked at that shit. Yeah, and it's cool to look at. Yeah, it's cool to look at. So like you said, starting now, later on you're going to get the better camera or the better mic or the better, you know what I'm saying, audio system or whatever. But whatever you have right now is content. Yeah. And later on, people are going to think that it's cool that they can be like, oh, this man is up 800 mil, but this is what the fuck he was doing when he had $20 in his pocket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to enjoy that. So it's really important to start whatever you can today and learn and grow in that process. That's why I said once I was good enough to start making music, once I was good enough to start putting out music, I was like, start putting this shit out and figure out the rest later.
Yeah,
like the promotion. The back
catalog mentality.
Yeah, the promotion, I still got to learn, shit like that I'll learn as I go. Yeah. But right now, nigga, you've been rapping I've been rapping technically for 4 years. You ain't had shit out for 3 of those 4. Get on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I feel like I remember when I was 23, when I was your age, holy fucking crap. When I was your age, I probably got 100 some songs rapping from back then that have never seen the light of day. Mm-hmm. So you taking your time to perfect your craft before you put something out, that ain't nothing to look down your nose at or whatever, because there's a platform for music that I equate to YouTube, which is SoundCloud. You can put songs up and take them down so fast. It's not the same with getting on the streaming platforms. Yeah. That is a process. And it has to be calculated.
I call SoundCloud a social media platform.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think that's more of what it is. It's more of a social media, like getting on DistroKid or United or anything. You putting it on Apple Music.
It's
Spotify.
A community.
Yeah. But SoundCloud, like you said, it's pretty much like you tweeting or putting an Instagram post up. You can delete it whenever. People can comment on it. Like, it's a social media platform for real.
And I think that, like, anybody that wants to start rapping, I don't care if you're 17 or you're 400 years old. If you think you're not there yet, SoundCloud is the best way to test that out, because motherfuckers will tell you if it's trash, and they'll leave a like if they like it.
I swear.
And it's so easy to find that shit. Because I remember when I was uploading to SoundCloud, it's like, okay, you put a song out on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, your immediate follower count or your friends list is going to hear that. No one outside is going to hear that. Yep. On SoundCloud, it is not the same. Yep. Somehow they find you. I don't know if there's motherfuckers just nerding out, clicking next all day.
I know you can put like tags, like hashtags on it. So I think that has something to do with it. I think if you just search certain hashtags, then certain...
And the motherfuckers that use SoundCloud are the ones that are using SoundCloud. They're going in and typing the hashtags like you do on Instagram, looking for new music. Like, my friends are most of the people I feel like that listen to my music are casual listeners that like, oh, this is a really good song. Like, I've listened to it a bunch of times, but that's because, like, whatever, it's, it appeals to their ears. It would be just as easy for the opposite to happen if I put a song out that they don't like and it never gets played.
Right.
And like these people, and then they're not the ones actually going out and looking for new music. Whereas like these people on SoundCloud, they're finding everything and anything because I feel like they almost want to be the first people.
I was just about to say they love being able to find that person. Yeah.
I mean, and it can happen too. I mean, there have been a lot of great artists that came from SoundCloud.
My first one that comes to mind is Bryson.
Bryson Tiller? Did he come off SoundCloud?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought he predated that just a little bit.
I don't want to discredit him and just call him a SoundCloud artist, but like him and Tory Lanez, I know were like real big on SoundCloud and like the mixtape apps like Spinrilla and all those. And then shit, even Chance, even though it wasn't SoundCloud. But
it's Dat Piff.
Yeah, shit like that. Like I think is really dope. You find some really, really, really dope artists on there.
Damn, I remember when Acid Rap came out on Dat Piff, dude. That was a glorious download. I had never heard of him before, didn't know anything about him. I just saw this dude tripping out on the cover, and I was like, "I'll give that a listen." Yeah. So fucking glad I did.
Oh my! And it was nothing I ever heard before.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's the last song on the tape, and it's like I don't know if y'all peep, but he combined all the beats from every song on the
didn't even realize that.
So it's like he'll take a part like something small in each one of the beats, but if you like listen to the mixtape a lot, you'll hear them.
Mm-hmm.
And so and he just like collaborated all of them and made a beat out of that.
And that was the outro?
Yeah, but they build up. So it's like, it'll start like, dang, 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 skeet, 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 dang, 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 skeet, 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 skeet. And then another beat where they're like singing, it's like, ooh, 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 like that. And it like keeps building up. And then at the end, he just lets it play for like a minute. And it's like shit like that. I'm just like, oh, you had to be off acid. Because how else did you fucking think of that? Like,
correct.
I think like late 2010, like mid to late 2010, I started to notice a more creative side to hip hop coming out. Like when I was growing up in the 90s, you heard a lot of here because the way music traveled back then was a little different. But normally here, if you're listening to hip hop, it would be coming from up north, making its way down. Yeah. So, even here in North Carolina, growing up and being young in the 90s, I had like an idea of what I thought all hip hop sounded like because of it coming down from the north. Now, when the internet popped, Dat Piff and all that coming to a close and the streaming platforms coming up, I think that's kind of around the time that you got your Kendricks and you got your
and Atlanta.
Chance the Rappers, Atlanta, the Migos. Yeah. There's more artistic things happening in hip hop, and I am 100% here for it. Like themed albums, love it.
I'll talk a lot of shit, but like the music that I don't make, and I would necessarily probably would never, is still I just love the creativity of it. Like I was picking.
What kind of music?
I don't even know how to categorize it, but like to name some artists, like that's not even a good one to name because that nigga can rap too. But like I love Lil Uzi or Lil Tecca. Who's the have y'all heard the fucking song, the one that blew up off of TikTok, the Nardo Wick? The doom 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 doom. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That I don't give a. That shit is hard.
Yeah,
that shit is fire. Don mentioned him. That's my guy, ESTG. The old he if mumble rap was ever a thing, because I don't think mumble rap ever existed. I think niggas was talking real fast and old people couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah,
honestly. But like if mumble rap was ever a thing, ESTG is that, because you can understand everything he's saying, but he's really like he be on the beat like this, like. Yeah. But everything he's saying is like, nigga, I'll kill you type.
What do you
shit.
think about that?
Rich the Kid was the same for me.
Yeah,
that Mosquito dude, 645 AR or something like.
645 AR.
Oh, the nigga that went on that on the interview and he was doing this.
He raps like that.
He raps like that.
I think I know what y'all talking about. Yeah, no, I ain't with that shit.
Yeah,
that shit's funny. Well, he did an interview and talked about it, and like at first I thought it was a joke.
Yeah,
and I think maybe it kind of still be a joke. But they asked him why even do that, and he said, "You've never heard anything like that. That's why I did it."
Respect, and that's why I say, and that's literally why I say I wouldn't make that shit, but I don't ever discredit what other people got going on because I don't want nobody to do that to my shit. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with whatever you do. People don't. It's certain songs. If you listen, that nigga Blueface can rap, bro.
Yeah, dude.
No cap.
Well, that one line. The hardest hood is fatherhood or whatever.
When he was on that outside shit. And he got this one song with Polo G. I can't remember what the song is called, but he's rapping. Like, he can rap. It's niggas. Coyle Ray can rap. I don't know if y'all heard her old shit. She's fire. But whatever you got to do, I'm telling you, her old shit.
No, I'm saying I didn't hear her. I've never heard her old shit. I believe she's fire.
I'm telling you what she used to do, and she was popping a little bit then.
Yeah.
Like, she even got this one song that y'all got to hear called Everything Boz. And it's she's featured on a Trippie Redd song, who was another guy I forgot to mention, whose music I wouldn't make. Fucking love Trippie. Trippie's hard.
Yeah.
But she's on there with him, and this is when I found out about her. And I thought, honestly, because I didn't read the name or anything or look her up, I thought it was a nigga because the way her voice sounded on the song, it sounded kind of like a nigga. And what she was talking about like taking a nigga bitch. And so I was like, this nigga's hard, whoever this is. And I fell down some rabbit hole listening to all her old shit. This before No More Parties and everything. And she was rapping her ass off, like super fast. It was still kind of her, what she is now. Like, it was super fast. It was on the more lively beats, but she was spitting.
Have you seen the meme of her, like at her concert, and it's the song, that TikTok song you were talking about? It's like, what the fuck is that? And it's her stomping.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that shit.
You talking about she was doing that shit right
what
there?
What the fuck is that?
She's stupid, bro. I fuck with Coyle Ray, bro.
Yeah, she's hard, man.
I fuck with her.
I feel bad. Like, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't at the show. Like, but the pictures and the videos that they got just made her look like she was boring as hell.
Yeah, and I think there was another video that surfaced that was like, that was one part of the show. They was like,
Yeah.
It was like, nigga, we was in here going crazy.
Well, the thing is like, I feel like people are there for maybe one or two songs.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really know her back catalog, and she has to perform a 30-minute to 45-minute set.
That was Rolling Loud, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rolling Loud is not the crowd for people who deep dive music.
I mean, because those are the people who are literally there for the headliners, fucking the Machine Gun Kelly. Or,
I was just about to say,
whatever.
Rolling Loud is just people who give a fuck about Billboard charts.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's a festival. I mean,
like, honestly, I'm never going to a real somebody who deep dives music is not going to a DaBaby.
That's why.
Concert.
That's why
you're gonna hear the same song.
That's why it was dark outside when DaBaby played. She was an opener.
Yeah.
You know, people are just sitting there waiting for DaBaby to play or whoever else is out there.
That fucking flute. So damn tired of that fucking flute.
Yeah.
Bro.
Dude, the best I've seen a lot of videos from Rolling Loud, but the best one was when he got the shoe thrown at him.
Who threw that old busted ass Adidas?
Adidas. Yeah,
did you see the tweet where there was like, so 2 Adidas equals Adidas, 1 Adidas equals Adidas. That shit every week.
Oh my god, dude. I watched that thing over and over. Who threw that busted ass Adidas?
It was the pause in between too. Like, he was like thinking about it. Like, who threw that old busted ass Adidas?
Oh snap!
Well, he got a tough break. We won't have to talk about any of that, but
cool
hope you figure it out.
Cool on that.
But so, damn, we strode so far away from BaccStabbers, but I still want to listen to it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Damn, that's crazy. We were supposed to have been played that. That's crazy.
We were? I ain't even peep.
Crown Steve-O.
The first thing I heard when I woke up this morning, I was like,
It's
hell
just
yeah.
mixed by your boy.
Yes.
Look, I can't believe these niggas play with me. I ain't beefing with no nigga that would stay with me. Nigga had me locked up in them chains like it was slavery. $75,000 bond, we had to pay a fee. Judge wasn't fucking with me cause I wouldn't take the plea. Told them niggas look me in my eyes and tell me what you see. I ain't never told on a nigga, bitch, they got receipts.
So
but
like
ain't no
to your
telling
main
what a
vocal,
nigga
how
do. I
many
see him
times
in
do
these
you do it?
streets. Said that he gon' ride with it, bitch, and you gon' die with it. I don't take losses, I learn lessons, I'ma die winning. I got niggas ride for me, say that they gon' die spinning. Told them they ain't been it, they ain't in it, cause that's my business. Fuck that. Tryna make them take a knee like a touchback. Right now. You took food out my mouth, now where your lunch at? Right now. One shot, one kill, that's a clutch stat. Put them in that runch pack. Yeah.
I'm a pacifist.
You see, Rod, I don't really understand why these niggas be playing with me. Like,
like shit don't really get gritty like that, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers had the nerve to sleep on your couch, eat your food up, and still do you wrong, like. I don't get it, bro. Fuck, nigga. And these bitches ain't no better neither. On God. Look, I got niggas that done slid up on my bitch before. But she ain't stupid, man. She know her nigga ain't no hoe. Used to tell myself that if she cheat, I let her go. But I had no idea this shit would really leave me froze. Dumb bitch gave that cat up to a lame nigga. Know my name, hold weight, but bitch, this pain bigger. She said, don't take it personally. I said, bitch, how you figure? Had to sit and tough it out to see the bigger picture. No, I got that 40 tucking, now I let it bang. No funerals outside, cause I swore we'll make it rain. Long talks with my groups, I swear that shit, it kept me sane. Only when they ease my mind from shit that's on my brain. I never knew that shit could leave a nigga this hurt. You ain't felt pain until you seen your bitch flirt. If these hands don't do the job, then bitches blick work. Why they try it, temper shorter than a mini skirt. But that's why I got real niggas around me now, you know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
You need moments like these to weed out the snakes. I don't take losses, I learn lessons, I'ma die winning. I got niggas riding for me, say that they gon' die spinning. Yeah. And that's on game, bitch. Never try it if you want to, you heard. We ain't never worried.
Is that something you've had to deal with a lot?
I deal with jealousy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And not because of like material things. I think a lot of people don't understand why certain things happen to me. And I'm, like I told you, I'm very loyal. And I, like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Like, all my homies know is anything I can do, I will do. Sometimes to a fault. So it's like, but a lot of times in my experiences, a lot of people just don't understand and don't like when somebody they feel like they should be doing better than is doing better than them, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So like, I got motherfuckers that ain't even been like, nigga, how do you work there? Like, you got tattoos all over your face. Like,
yeah.
You know, shit like that. Or just people who do stuff that I wouldn't even think of doing to somebody I fuck with. It's just shit that is irreconcilable for me. Like, if I tell Don, we got the phone, every time I got the phone, my homies, I love you. Like, ain't none of that shit, no, it's not soft to me, nothing like that. Like, I love my homies, like my brothers coming from being mostly an only child, you know, and moving a lot. When you finally get close to people, this is the longest I've been anywhere where I'm at right now. So it's like, when I had that relationship with somebody and you do some snake shit in any way, shape, or form, like, I don't fuck with it.
I can wholeheartedly agree on that. I mean, without getting too personal, I've had people do some unspeakable things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would never expect that, because loyalty is big for me too. So whenever it is not reciprocated, it feels like actual heartbreak.
Yeah. That shit hurts. It gets to the point where even for me, it's something as little to somebody else that if you even think it's a situation where somebody thinks I've done something to them. Mm-hmm. And if you even think that I would do some shit like that to somebody that I done called my brother, like, or that I fuck with like that, that will make me not fuck with you. Cause like, all I've ever shown is loyalty. I can be down bad. I don't give a fuck what's going on in my life. Like, anybody will tell you when it comes to homies, I ain't never did nothing foul to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, any type of jealousy or envy or backstabbing that happens to me is, you got to get cut, because I would never do nothing to none of my niggas. So
yeah, it seems to be like, you know, as you get older, not to talk about age again, but as you get older, the circle really starts to thin itself out.
Yeah, and
then you know by the end of that, when your circle is down to like 5 people, maybe. That's when you know, like, what you're putting in, you're getting back out. Yep. And I think it hurts a lot to get to that point.
I swear.
Like, motherfuckers will do things Like, for instance, like,
I was just gonna ask you a question. Do you think the circle is a product of location? Like, cause I feel like
Who you asking?
Either of you guys, because like I feel like I had a lot of friends in high school, and as soon as I moved from my hometown to a different city, that thinned out real quick. And I feel like because I was reminiscing when you guys were talking, it's just like I feel like I haven't had a big circle or a lot of friends since I was like 18 or 19. Because like when I moved to Chapel Hill, immediately started talking to everybody who was closely around me or that like, hey man, come over, because I was 10 minutes away. Now that I'm 45, 50 minutes away, that's dead.
Right.
We ain't talk no more. And then ever since then, it's been like, I
think you're right.
But that's just my personal experience. I was just asking like how you guys
I think you're right. Because I mean, what you said first of all is a fact. Like, anybody watching this that might be in high school, whatever happens in high school don't fucking matter. That shit's
correct.
I promise you 90% of motherfuckers that you was cool with or that you know in high school, after high school, you will not speak to. But I do have a select group of friends that I have known since I moved down here. That nothing will ever happen with that friendship. We're
regardless of
those are my brothers.
Right.
Like, and so outside of that, like, you meet new people too who you can tell as you get older, like you said, and you experience things, you can tell kind of earlier what type of vibes they get off, so that stuff like that doesn't happen anymore. Like, all the people who done been backstabbers in my life came from when I was younger, and the shit just happened when I was older.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody that I met recently that I claim to be a friend or a brother has done anything to me, because you can usually read it better now.
Yeah.
So like now it's like Don, Teddy, is really my go-tos. You know, like when it comes to friends. And then of course, like I said, the group of friends that I've had since I moved here, those are my brothers. They'll always be everything to me. But outside of that, like, I think you can just read it better when you're older. I think that's why I said I don't think it's necessarily an location. I think you have to experience it. I think you have to experience being backstabbed once. Right. And then you're more of a guard is up, and then as you get older and you meet new people, you can tell early. I done met a few people, I'll be like, we're not going to be cool.
Yeah.
I see how you talk.
With any growth, you have to experience failure and growth in relationships.
Like, you ever met somebody and seen how they talk about their friends and be like, well, why would I be your friend? Because I know when I'm not around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, but you learn shit like that as you go along. So
like, okay, I'm staying away from this.
Yeah, facts. Like, and they think they bonding with you because like they're talking shit about somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, nigga, like I'm not fucking with you right now. Like, I don't like that shit.
Well, and my question was prompted on like, okay, because then I think about the friends who I've had who have been in the same area that we grew up in and who have never moved from that area. They literally hang out with the same people all the time. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I'm not knocking that or saying that's not cool. It's just that, I mean, do you ever grow or do you ever learn something new hanging around with the same people?
That's why you have to be around like-minded people, right? So the homies that I'm, Deshaun, Charles, John, Aaron, Nick, Matt, Tay, it's 50 of us, right? Not literally, it's like 12. But if all of them are also growing and experiencing and learning new things, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I went to college, I went back up to Ohio for college. Never fall off, still in the group chat. We talk every day. They call me when I come back home, we back on the same time, whatever. I never felt like I had to separate myself because they weren't growing with me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if those people, if
you can clap for those guys, and
absolutely, if you are the only person growing in your circle, that's when you need to move, and that doesn't even have to do with location. That's about their mindset. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All my homies are doing better in life. You know what I'm saying? Trying to better themselves, starting new things, new relationships, new everything. They're not the same people that I met. So in that way, I grow too, because I see other people growing and I feel comfortable to do the same thing.
Yeah, and it motivates you.
Yeah, we barely see each other.
Yeah.
That's when you really learn. First of all, you still talk just as much as y'all always did, but you barely see each other. Yeah. That just makes me happy knowing that everybody got their own shit going on. Yeah. If we can always be around each other, we not doing something right. somebody ain't working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody ain't vacationing. Somebody ain't, you know what I'm saying, chasing their dreams or whatever. I shouldn't be able to, hey, yo, what you doing right now? And every time I hit you up, I can just pull up.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be possible. In real life.
I think, I agree with you. I don't think it really has much to do with location as much as it does your willingness to maintain a friendship through growing up and separating. I mean, the communication part, like you were just talking about, you still talk to each other just as much as you do, even if you go months without seeing each other. That's necessary, because Steve's opened my eye to this when we did the podcast. We talk about our circle a lot, but it really is multiple circles. I mean, you have your circle when you go to music, and then you have your personal life circle. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like the ones that take the most, the circle that takes the most hit is probably your personal life circle. Like, you have to be willing to, through your day job, through doing music all the time, be willing to maintain a friendship with someone that you barely ever see. Yep. And if you are if you're able to do that, that's where that massive loyalty comes in.
It's only difficult, like we said, if that person isn't benefiting you anymore. Yeah. I can honestly say every friend I have in my life, for the moment, and as long as they've been around, have been benefiting me in whatever way. Yeah. It has nothing to do with material things or anything like that. Just I have a friend that I can talk to about this situation, or I have a friend that I know is there for me, or I have a friend that tells me when I'm fucking up. You know what I'm saying? That's why when it comes to this music shit, both of Teddy and Don came from situations of, do I fuck with him? Fuck the music. You know what I'm saying? Teddy is Deshaun's cousin. Deshaun is my friend that I've known since, I think me and Day met in 9th grade. When I was in 9th grade, he's in 10th. And after a while, he was telling me that his cousin raps, and he wanted me to pull up on him. And this is actually the night that I got cheated on, and I didn't know it. So we go. I have a housewarming party because my parents moved to a new house, and it's Halloween. And so we dress up for a little family costume. We was Baby Boy. I don't know if y'all seen that movie. And I was Tyrese, and my mom was his mom, and then my stepdad was Melvin. and so I did that, and I pulled up on them late. They booked the session for like 2 hours. It ended at 10. I got there like 9:45. I did my verse in 5 minutes, and it was probably one of the best verses I ever did. So we started fucking with each other like that, but we didn't make music again until after we had hung out for like weeks, and that's where we made our friendship. That's why music sounds so good. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Don. Me and Don hung out twice before we made any songs. When we got there, we was chilling. It wasn't like studio, all right, then I'm going to the crib. We was kicking it in there. Yeah. And all of those situations, just the same as the ones that I met when I was younger, were all genuine, and we all grow. We all have our own shit going on, which allows y'all to then, and you need that space. It's like having a girlfriend. Like, like even when you married and y'all live together, like, both y'all go to work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you go hang with your homie, sometimes she go hang with her girls, and then y'all come back. Y'all can't be up under each other all the time. Yeah. So sometimes that space is needed for the friendship to last. Dude that I'm talking about in the first verse is a nigga that was my roommate. Like, you might get backstabbed if you with a nigga that much. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Real, yeah. So it's needed, and it can either, and if it breaks the friendship, then it was supposed to happen. Does that make sense? Like, areas shouldn't affect a friendship. Like, one of our closest homies lives in Philadelphia. He just came down and stayed with me the other week.
Do you think area affects? No, probably not. Never mind. I was gonna say growth, but you can grow anywhere. Yeah,
but it can affect it too, though.
But the like-minded shit, is definitely important.
Not of course nobody in this room, but people in general need to stop blaming situation as much as we do. Like, situation, of course, matters, and where you start is different, which is why you shouldn't compare situations with anybody. Like, I don't look at anybody musically or financially or anything and compare myself to them, because I don't know where you started.
And that applies to literally everything.
Yes, exactly. But you can't blame your situation on whether or not you grow mentally. Like, it's your brain. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the same thing. You can't be like, I hate when people be like, oh, you can't pop here.
If you're trying to get big, and cut, shredded, you probably need to go to the gym. That's might be something you can blame it on, but your brain is something you can work on wherever you are, any time of the day.
Even perfect example. Okay, let's say you don't have a gym right now. You don't have the money for a membership. I understand. You can start right now doing push-ups. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean that if you compare yourself to somebody else's situation, then you're going to feel, you know what I'm saying, that you can't do as much. But you can't blame your growth on wherever you're at. I hate when people do the whole, I got to get out of this town because it's fake.
Yeah, or I'd be here if I had this, or if I did this.
You don't, my nigga. So what you gonna do now? Real shit. It's that we have to stop blaming the situation on so much. No, and this is coming from experience. I had a time in my life where, man, when I tell y'all my life probably more fucked up than a lot of people that y'all have met. But at the same time, so what? Yeah. Like, what am I gonna be a shitty person because of that?
That's a very good point.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you got to play with the cards you dealt.
It's refreshing to hear this coming from you because, you know, that's something I realized later in my life. I was most certainly at a young age a person who will, I need this plug-in to do this, and if I don't have this plug-in, then I can't do this, and I need this to, you know, start recording people, or I need this to start making beats. And for 10 years, I worked on my craft without selling a single beat or having a single person rap on my beats. And that was all because I felt like I needed this to happen before this could happen. And like, you know, it's just not necessary.
Yeah,
like,
what can you do with your situation?
Yeah,
you know how many people that made it out of fucked up situations?
Yeah.
Or made millions off a laptop.
Yeah.
Like, bruh.
Like, what can you do? And not to say that that's always going to happen, but if you fall short of $1 million to land on 500,000, my nigga, you still good.
You did something. It was better than the zero that you said.
Exactly. So whatever you can do, do it. It's pretty much my point.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I mean, you got to make the best of what you're dealt with. Yeah. I do, however, think that there's a lot of things going on, especially now, that will kind of like hinder you. Your area does kind of like dictate the chemical makeup of your brain, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we're all a product of our environment.
For sure.
For sure.
And it takes a special kind of person to will themselves out of a fucked up situation like that.
So what I mean more of like growth is you may never leave your area. You might not financially be able to do certain things. You may never get to the number that you're thinking in your head. Yeah. But did you go from 20 to 25? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did you think of ways to better yourself and grow as a person and your shit that you can control? Are you the same dog ass nigga with your girl as when you were 16? Yeah. Or have you changed when you was 30? All that shit has nothing to do with where the fuck you at. It has nothing to do. That's on you, my nigga.
Yeah,
you know
I can agree with that.
That's
absolutely.
Not saying that your situation doesn't matter.
I mean, that definitely applies financially, but I would ask you, you know, do you think that could also be a sign of comfortability? Like if you're comfortable with living in the same spot for your entire life, do you think that affects
absolutely
anything at all?
And I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. Like, do you, whatever works for you. But if you're a person that wants to grow, you can't be blaming where you're at for why you can't. You can do certain things that can help, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah.
But don't ever be stagnant. If you are comfortable though, being this, I know people that I go to this job. I've been at this job. I could go get a better job, but I'm been here for 20 years. I'm going to stay for another 20. I'm living here. I'm not moving. But if you're comfortable with that, do that.
Right. Yeah.
But if you want to grow, don't try to find excuses not to. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You can find reasons to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the area, I don't know, man. I'm indifferent because, like, I moved around a lot as I was young through, like, my early 20s. I was, like, all over the place. And I always ended up just coming back here to Johnson County and Clayton. And I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like I had to come back here to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's you're kind of saying to when I'm speaking of what I'm saying. Your area doesn't affect your growth. You can allow your area to affect your growth. Yeah. But I'm saying I don't think
there's a potential.
If you never leave Johnson County, I don't think that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do here. Does it take more work in certain places or what? Yes, that's not the argument. That's an excuse.
Yeah.
You can't use that as a reason why you don't try. is what I'm saying. So
That's
like,
true.
even if you never make it, did you try, my nigga? You
So
know what I'm
like,
saying?
if you're out at a place out like here, you can't use this as an excuse for why, you know, maybe your certain industry is harder than.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, if you want it to be easier, then do what you need to do and
Yeah. Harder don't mean impossible. Moray just came out of Fayetteville.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went to Fayetteville Tech for my freshman year of college to play basketball. I have family in Fayetteville. I'm down there frequently. You know what I'm saying? And I know how difficult it is to do a lot of things. A lot of people have beef with J. Cole down there because they feel like he should reach back and grab a lot of people. So let's say he may have felt like that. Did that stop him from being who he is now? No. So when you see stuff like that, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Being from Detroit, I know a bunch of – the reason we moved is because the age of dying in that, like 30% of the people who died the year before I went to high school were 17.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't – but whoever's in Detroit can't use that as an excuse for why you do some of the shit you do.
Yeah. I mean, I can't – I've never been there, never lived there, so I really don't know what it's like. When did you move here? How old were you?
8th grade. I was 12.
What do you remember about being in Detroit?
That's what makes me who I am today, and the shit that I'm saying right now. It's a lot of fucked up situations, super fucked up. Like my first memory, I say this on circumstances, but my first memory when I was 4 is my mama getting her ass beat, like by a man. Like her carrying me in the rain to her neighbor's house barefoot with a robe on to call the police. Like I'm 4 years old. When I was 7, I met my dad. When I was 11, he beat me. You know what I'm saying? At that same time, my mom got a divorce with her next husband. He stalked her. Like all this extra shit that just is out of your control. There's some shit that you can be like, I could have did better, and then there's some fucked up shit that just happens to you. And so, but the thing that kept me going was, first of all, being in a city like that, you learn you're not the only person that's going through this shit. And so I'm looking at people who also have fucked up situations better themselves. My brother from that relationship with a man who stalked my mom is still my brother, and my sister is still my sister. Like, those are my siblings. I don't even call them step. Those are my siblings. My brother is doing fucking great. And comes from the same area, dealt with some of the same shit. He lives in Texas now. He has a daughter and another baby on the way. He's doing great. So it's like, it's you can be in fucked up situations, but you know what I'm saying, you can grow from that, and you can use it as reasons to be better. Or I could be like the motherfuckers who was out here doing that shit. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Word. Well, we just lost the camera. So introduce a video or a song you want us to listen to at the end. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
I apologize. We're doing another one at 3:00.
Oh, you're fine.
So I got to charge some batteries and shit. This shit was super fun, man.
Yes, sir.
I enjoyed every second of this. You were right. You were going to talk to me.
I fuck with y'all, man. I fuck with y'all.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, man.
No problem.
Really appreciate you.
Fuck it. Let's goddamn introducing Disrespectful Love Letter by Teddy.
Okay, word.
It's Teddy. ITST3DDY.
Nice.
Can we just play it? I mean, if there's no video, then
Is there no video?
Yeah.
There is a video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just kidding. My bad. I'm fucking.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate having you. Thank you for coming by.
Y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
It's Teddy. Unc told me get him, I got him. I hate to get disrespectful, but this was like 7th grade. I got my heart broke back in like 7th grade. Yeah, a nigga needed help like I'm on Medicaid. When the real and the fake won't ever separate. Bitches sending news, I wanna see how it tastes. Like my status for to be honest and you can get a rate. I stole my man's girl, they started calling me a heavy snake. Writing love letters, looking for love in like any way. I met a light-skinned being, she was fine as can be. Who knew this be the start of some shit that repeats? We slid to the movies, then we ate at Applebee's. She dropped me off at my auntie house and kissed me on my cheek. I tryna slide her in the crib though, show me how we live though. I wanted to give her dick and put it straight up in her ribs though, but she ain't wanna go for that. Talking about it's the first date and she don't really know me yet. Leaving Texas saying that she wished that she threw it back. Next week we back at school, and I'm in the friend zone. I was trying to score like a nigga in the end zone. I see her from time to time, and I hope that she doing well. She got a kid, unlike the father, I hope that that kid prevail. If she ever say she love me, tell that bitch to go to hell. Broke my heart from the start, put my love in the fucking shell. Fast forward to 11th grade, that's when I met my ex. If I had to change my life, that's some shit I would regret. I don't know why I'm speaking on this, why I even waste my breath. Probably cause I still got some shit to get off my chest. I taught your ass the game, then you tried to run that shit on me. Can't be cheating in front of your teacher, bitch, how stupid could you be? They say you can't turn a bad girl good, but once a good girl turns bad, that girl gone forever. I don't know why I was faithful, thinking you was the one. Once you got to college, man, I knew our shit was fucked. Bad girls ain't no good, and the good girls ain't no fun. And the hood girls want a smart nigga, colors girls want a thug. You had the first version of Teddy, you probably had the best. Now I'm balling on them all, they see me like I'm Jerry West. Would've never made it out, too many secrets that we kept. I thank God on the daily for putting an end to that quest. Skip some years up, yeah, JC, that's when I met you. You the reason I wrote this song and not simply cause you special. But in my muse, the only time a nigga disrespectful made me wait for some pussy. Oh, you so neglectful. Sometimes I wanna scream, I hate you to your face like baby boy. Folks laughing at me on the gram, but what you hating for? I wish you could've kept that baby. Probably been a baby boy, steady fussing on the daily, man. I wish you kill all that noise. Think I'm tired of running your fingers, but I'm about to prove you wrong. I hope you cry 1,000 tears every time you hear this song. Bitches still trying to come between, just like your favorite thong. You were so upset when you seen I follow Keelan. You blatantly let a bitch nigga disrespect me. I call her every name, man. Them niggas never check me. You hate to hear I'm a nigga from the projects. I wanna let you know it's forever smoke with Jamontes. That's a bitch nigga that carry a lot of bitch traits. I give your ass the world and you still think I'm in a bitch face. You told me get respectful, well let's make it suspenseful. Text that nigga, did you see him? What the fuck, did you miss him? You see me running up this fetty like this a cake house. You acting like a real mad bear in this cake house. If you ever do me dirty, I promise to never sweat you. I'ma come back to this beat and write a whole nother letter.